Hello, everyone. We are now live and on the internet, and hopefully you can hear my lovely guests.
Hello.
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 Hi.
I mean, that you're coming through on the thing, so that's good enough for me. Um, hello, friends. Jin is playing. Jin is indeed playing.
Jin is absolutely playing.
Yeah, you can have an animal companion.
I'm actually only here to roll the dice for Jin because Jin doesn't have thumbs.
Could Jin conceivably tap like a dice app, like the
I
roll?
mean, it's not impossible. Maybe I could put like 20 treats out in a row, and whichever one she goes for first is the number.
Do
that we
it.
rolled on the d20.
Do it, coward.
I'm afraid I've eaten all of the numbers, so
Yeah, that's rolling with advantage.
yeah.
Okay, just a quick shout out for everyone. Thank you everyone for coming along. Obviously, everyone in chat, lovely to see you. Alba, Retro, Sammy, Nummy Numbers, of course, fantastic.
Hello.
Oh, that's you.
Oh.
That's loud.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. At least it wasn't me doing the feedback for once. That's great. Let's go. Let's see. Dan 139066. Welcome on in. Glad that we could finally provide you with some D&D content. Tex, I see.
I mean, April said it, so
I didn't even see what April said, but
Oh, where's April?
yeah, you will make
I
me
only just got
regret
in.
my life choices. Yes, you will. Hey, Soccer, thank you very much for coming on in, and Lux, and
Hello.
and finally, Sonny. Oh, Hirschback. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to catch up with the chat and Luna. Hi. Yeah, I'm going to stop trying to catch up with the chat because there are people. Yes, and Lux was also there. So, well, this has started. Oh, god damn it. Yes, with me today, I have some lovely people. Would you all like to introduce yourselves? Master Gaijin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Adam from Gaijin Gamer, and I'm here today playing Diddy Dimbor, who is a goblin monk who was meant to be a semi-serious character and is now more like a petulant toddler.
Oh, interesting. That's done that very strangely. Well, your links are all in the chat, but apparently you're all text, so
That's fine by me. I am Tex now.
sorry, Nami. Please don't hurt me. Cool. Next up, Mr. Tex.
Well, apparently I am Gaijin
what-
Luna, Sunny.
E-
I've just realised what's happened with your link.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi, I'm Tex. I am playing Adlana, the elf paladin. Normally a high elf, but the dealer's not in this game.
Fair enough. And also we have a person who has brought a dog along. Sonny, perhaps you could introduce both
Hello.
of you.
Both of us. Hello, I'm Sunny. I am Photo Sunny. And this is Jin the dog, who I've left alone all day and is being very needy. And as a result, will probably be here for a lot of the time. And today I'm playing Pong, who is a lovely character I've known for years now. And he is a halfling rogue. He is very cute, very sort of cherubic looking, lovely brown eyes and dark hair, and he's just very, very sweet, and he's kind of an idiot, but he's very lovely.
Fantastically. Fantastically? Oh, Christ. I haven't even started drinking yet. Finally, last but not least, Luna.
Hi, I'm Luna. I am playing Sirena, the Danfear Bard, who is apparently and horrifyingly the voice of reason in this party.
Okay, yeah, this is good. With me and Gaijin, it's gonna be like daycare. You're in trouble.
No, not the literal paladin of the party. No.
No.
The Danfear Bard who
As a
consorts
sex
with demons.
basement, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't going that far, but okay.
I mean, we do. It's in the keep.
But that's true. Yeah, we do.
I feel like
Pong-
Lana's more
Pong is
like
already
the-
not allowed in there. Like Diddy is not allowed in there.
Pong would love to wander in with wide-eyed wonder and have absolutely no idea what would be going on. It would be, oof.
It's just a regular castle dungeon. It's fine.
Yeah,
Diddy
absolutely.
doesn't even know it exists.
I was going to say, one of the ways I considered introducing Pong was just having like a voice calling from the dungeon, just going, "Hello, how did I get here?" I'm so glad I didn't, because anyway, just a quick note. As always, with all of our D&D streams, your music needs are catered to by Syrinscape, who provide this music. They require that I tell everyone about them in order for me to be able to use this on stream. However, they are great, and I love them, and I would do so anyway. So they're here. If you're watching this on the video on demand, there will be a link in the chat that has a link to all of the shit that I use, because that is another requirement that we have. But they're great. Go check them out, Syrinscape.com. Apart from that, I don't have anything else to say. Does anyone else have anything they want to say before we get down to the nitty gritty? Cool. So, Serena and Adlana, you find yourself in the keep where you live.
I was worried for a second you were just stopping at find yourself.
You
and I was
find
like,
yourself
I
and give
know.
up on D&D
That's-
entirely.
Is this the therapy?
That's the
Is this a
adventure done
therapy
for us.
episode?
Oh, yes, you find yourselves in the kind of the central common room area of the keep. Unusually, you are not surrounded by your fellow adventurers. Not sure what they're doing. When all of a sudden, from down the central staircase, you hear a commotion as something very clangy gets kicked down the stairs by someone who's clearly in a foul mood. And you turn round and to see what is presumably Nimic, because it can't be any of the other residents of the keep, trudging down the stairs. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm sick," and sneezes and turns into a Luxodon, which is an elephant person, for those who don't know. He looks at you and goes, "I'm sick, and Ziski's sick, so she can't fix me, and Wisp's sick, so she can't either. Could anyone help us?"
I'm really sorry about Wisp and Siski.
I hate everyone.
Kind of just start slowly backing away, like, put the distance to make sure I don't catch
Yeah, we 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
it.
I produce a
I-
mask.
You'll be fine, Nimic. We'll get someone to, bring tea up and soup up to you, and you just stay in your bedroom and get some rest.
No, you
And
take
we'll-
the tea and soup to Wisp and Siski. You'll be fine.
Are you saying that to Adlana or Nimic?
No, to Nimic.
Okay. Yeah, but then who brings the soup to me? And he sneezes and changes into a blobfish person.
You.
I'm still sick. Fine. Send up someone with some soup. And he kind of like turns around and trudges back up the stairs and starts kicking the vase that he'd previously kicked down the stairs, the metal vase, and it clangs to the bottom of the steps. And kind of like slams a door, and you hear various other clangings throughout the keep as Nimic presumably makes his way back to bed. It's about this time that you hear the front door slam. And there, in kind of like the front entryway of the keep, stands the familiar appearance of your compatriot Diddy Dimble. But Diddy's not alone. There is another person stood with Diddy. Pong, would you care to describe yourself in any more detail?
Absolutely. I'm very, very short. I'm 2'7", and I have a delightful childlike face, and always with childlike wonder in my eyes. Wearing earthen-coloured clothing, sort of dark greens and blacks and browns. A relatively small backpack on my back. Hands in the straps of the backpack, like a school child. In like this, and just sort of looking around, and just sort of smiling. And whoever's eye I catch first, I just look at them and say, "Pong."
Oh my god, he's so cute.
I bought a friend.
Is he saying that I smell?
I don't know, but he's so cute.
Can I ask what everyone looks like so I can get into my? Who do I see before me?
Like me, but better.
Okay.
Like
well,
all my characters, like me, but
wow.
better.
And Tex, what about you? What do I see when I look at you?
Yeah, Atlana's so Elven, about kind of 6 footish, relatively more on the kind of thin side, more like kind of leather armor, less like traditional heavy paladin. Other than that, I'm bad at describing what characters look like.
Are you smiling at the moment?
I think slightly alarmed because I'm having the realization that me and Serena are going to have to look after Diddy. And there's
Diddy
now a
seems to have
second
found a
one.
new pet. Yeah.
And I'm very
Sure.
worried about how this is going to end.
Fabulous. I look at Diddy and say, "Pong."
Diddy.
I put my hand out.
I put my hand out.
We shake.
We shake hands.
So, Diddy, you were out and about. You'd been sent outside to kind of burn off some of your energy, and you'd been doing kind of laps of the keep. When all of a sudden you'd come across Pong, who had just been wandering down the road, kind of gambling about with this kind of look of wonder on their face. And yeah, you struck up a conversation, and now we're here.
I do feel I should clarify that by conversation it's Pong saying Pong's name in a variety of different tones. Yeah. Just to get his point across.
By conversation, you mean Diddy talking at Pong and Pong saying, "Pong?
Pong? Yeah,
Pong.
absolutely.
Pong?"
That would have been very much the conversation, yes. From my side, at least. Absolutely.
And Diddy's just like spot on with the interpretation right now, or at least he thinks he is.
Diddy's like Rocket Raccoon and Pong is like Groot. I think I've never seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm guessing.
I was thinking more like
you're
Detective
quite on.
Pikachu, but
Detective Pikachu and Groot together.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, please feel free to carry on. I'll bring the quest in as and when needed. But if you want to cause some chaos, by all means.
What do I see when I look around in here? What is in this keep?
Diddy like
I
takes
mean-
Pong by the hand and like runs through to the big dining room and shows like the big barren chair that I stole and commandeered.
Oh my god, what does it look like?
It's like really nice solid oak with like proper swirls and like velvet red. And if
I stroke the velvet.
I like jump on and my feet just about reach the end of the like seat bit.
I look at you, like kind of expectingly, and like kind of like at the bit of seat next to you, because I assume you're quite small compared to the chair.
Yeah, I'm 3'2".
I'm like, Pong.
I pat the chair.
I jump on the chair and sit on the chair and swing my legs. Oh man, this is the best day. Pong's having such a good time. Fucking velvet chair. Oh, delightful.
I've gone to wherever the basement door is and just like tried to really, you know, like when it's an adult and they're trying to like
Hide the sex toys.
just trying to
Kick
like
it under the bed.
check
It's a
that
massager.
It's locked.
Anyway, this carries on for a little while. Serena and Adlana, you watch from a safe distance. When from the automated announcement machine that has been recently installed into the keep, not the castle, sorry, you hear an automated voice saying, "Now presenting Lord Flenduginous Guilt." And you kind of see the kind of like the double doors, one of them swing just very slightly open, and there's a man, like a very elderly gentleman, kind of quite portly, salt and pepper hair, kind of like appears in the door and says, "Hello? Hello, is anyone at home?"
Serena, for one,
Pong!
when did we get the automated door thing? Two, does he know that there's not actually a lord here? Like, does he know that we let Diddy call himself Baron because it was funny?
Yeah, and how we've got a bit of a history of like killing lords because lols, you know.
That was funny though, to be fair.
It was pretty funny.
All right, I'll go and see what he wants. Hi, hello.
Oh, hello. He kind of extends a hand as Flenduginous. My friends call me Flen. Sorry
Hi, Flen.
Excellent. I'm here because I understand the people in this keep are something of problem solvers to a degree. You're open for hire.
Yeah, we do solve problems to a degree.
Our clients don't normally come to the front door. That's a little bit weird, and also it's a bad.
I think he means a different type of problem.
Okay.
He kind of like looks at you, utterly baffled.
hope-
Everything has flown over his head.
I hope he means a different type of problem.
Yeah, me too. Nimic's not here, or is indisposed.
Yes. What sort of problem is it? Is it maths?
No.
I can't really do maths, but
We
I'm sure
can't do
someone here.
maths. We're gay. I actually don't know if Adlana is gay.
Atlanta's pan and definitely
Well,
can't
yeah.
do maths. So
We can't do
Adlana is
maths. We're
gay for
bi.
maths.
Fan.
Well, I. He kind of like looks a bit confused by the conversation. Yeah.
it's a different type of problem.
Yes, I have a problem.
Ah, okay, that's fine.
And it involves some things going missing, and I need some help to recover them. Perhaps we could sit down. It's a not very lengthy tale, but these old bones. And he kind of like taps his hip and like waggles his cane.
You just hear Diddy shout from the dining room.
Yeah, I imagine there's some sort of crash at this point.
Yeah, Diddy like you just hear like giant crash and Diddy saying like, "Come into the shouting, come into the dining room."
Yes. Why don't you come with us and see if the Baron deems you worthy to be assisted or something.
Aaron, why? He kind of like starts hobbling his way in. He looks quite elderly, as I say, quite portly, but also got a very smiley face. He looks like he's not used to frowning or shouting or, and gives off a kind of like grandfatherly aura.
I kind of gesture him and say, Baron Didicus Dimble, may I present to you Lord Flen something?
Lord Flenduginous Guilt.
Yeah, Lord Flen something.
Kind of like bows deeply while holding onto his cane. A pleasure to meet you, your barony-ness.
As he comes into the room, Diddy's like stood on the chair, introducing Pong to his new sport of plate frisbee.
Oh yeah.
So he's like throwing plates and then trying to throw and hit them with a knife at the same time.
That is so up Pong Street. I'm having the best time.
You see
The
him just
best time.
extend a caped arm to try and shield himself from bits of shards of flying pottery and crockery. Even
Pong. I wave hello.
he
to
kind of like
Flenduginous.
raises it back, his cane back to you. Pong.
I get back to wanging plates.
Their methods are unusual, but There is no better judge of character in all the land.
Truly, that was what I was hoping for. He kind of like sits at one of the like side seats of the table, and says, "Yeah, yes, I'm actually a curator of a museum. I'm a curator of the Museum of Historical Events in Squall in a Teacup on Sea. And we've historically we've had a few problems with items going missing every now and again, but usually they show up and
If you've historically had a problem with items going missing and your museum is the Museum of Historical Events, why do we need to find anything? Just put a sign up saying all our shit gets nicked.
Most of our shit doesn't, as you say, get nicked. Some of our shit gets nicked, or it just goes missing for a little while. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't. You know what they say, if something isn't truly yours, then you should turn it into a butterfly and it will fly away.
I look at this man like he's a genius. Like, I look at him with wide-eyed wonder.
He gives you a Werther's original.
Yes! I fucking straight in without taking the wrapper off.
And he kind of like
Absolutely
also
loving it.
instantly looks to Diddy and kind of just also hands one to you.
Diddy like is still on the chair, so what Diddy wants to do is he wants to do like he's heard this whole talk about a butterfly, so he's like stood up on the chair and he wants to do like a little flip and land on the table and then walk down the table towards him.
Ah, sprightly young thing, aren't you? Ah,
Picks an effect.
Can I just check? I think we might not have described an important element of Diddy's character, and
His
that is the number
numerous
of hats. And I was going to ask, where are we with the number of hats?
I don't know anymore.
How many hats we took? This is probably why Pong has fallen for Diddy so quickly.
I think we were around 6 or 7 last time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
this is why Pong
one of which
has
is a wine
immediately
bottle.
taken to you.
Just a one.
One of them's a wine bottle, which sometimes is full and sometimes it's empty. It's like Diddy's secret alcoholism. He just takes the hat out and has a swig and then puts it back every so often.
how much of Diddy's height is made up of hats, or is the 3'2" including any of the hats?
No, I'd say he's got about a foot of hats at the minute on top of his 3'2".
Okay, that's reasonable. It will make going through small spaces slightly harder, but we can work with that when we come to it. He says, yes, as I say, it's typically not a big deal. Things go away, they come back. They've usually been gifted to the museum because, people bring us things, we study them, we display them. They're free and open to all. But occasionally, people bring us items to be appraised, and that's where the problem has arisen. You see, recently we've been brought an artifact of. It's unfortunately incredibly valuable, and it seems to have gone missing. And the problem is that the person who brought it to us is rather important, and is going to want it back, or possibly compensation, which we couldn't possibly afford, or possibly to just kill everyone. I don't know. They seem. I don't wish to cast aspersions, but they seem like money grubbing bastards. So I'd rather not die. I mean, I also don't want my staff to die. That would be rather terrible also, as they are mostly younger than me. Could you possibly help me? And he kind of just looks very embarrassed at you all.
I look to the other three. How do they respond physically?
Diddy picks up the plate. He's like, "Can you turn this into a butterfly?"
He kind of like thinks for a minute.
I'm readying the knife for when he throws the plate.
He kind of like, you say, well, the first thing you want to do is throw it away.
I just like throw it straight up in the air.
Oh, absolutely! Like knife is out of hand so
Attack roll.
fast.
Make an attack roll.
Absolutely, cannot wait. First roll of this dice. First roll of Pong for a very long time. Oh, okay, it's not a great roll. Okay, it's not a terrible roll. And it is a 17 to hit.
Okay, yeah. You're looking to be at 12. It's a
Okay,
plate.
cool.
Yeah, so this plate just explodes into shards of crockery, and they fly kind of across the room relatively harmlessly for the most part. You see him just kind of like raise his cloak again, and he says, "Did you see that? That right at the last moment, it exploded into a butterfly. You did that."
Pong.
God.
He kind of like looks more to Adlana and Serena and says, "So I can offer you payment in the form of gold. Should you wish it?" Kind of pulls out a little gold pouch type thing, pops it on the table. You hear the jangle of a substantial amount of coins. Probably not the most you've ever seen, but
I mean, can we get him to agree to babysit Diddy for I don't know, 10 evenings or something?
Incredible.
Oh,
I mean, I think it would be an easier way of keeping him occupied to do this rather than, keeping him in the
Yeah.
house. So,
that is true.
I think we might as well do it. And if he can babysit Diddy for some number of evenings for free,
Yeah.
then
Biddy's like heard this, so he's like stood there like, a little kid stand there, but like little hands look really innocent, so like rubbing their toe on the floor, as if he's like really cute and well behaved.
How old is Diddy again?
20 something, 25.
yeah, too old.
He lived in the forest all his life.
Yeah, that's everyone's excuse. Very well.
yes, that's our counter offer. You don't need to pay us, but we'll do it if you agree to entertain the Baron for 10 evenings.
Oh, I'm sure that can be arranged. Yes.
Wonderful. All right. Which way are we going?
I can head back there. I can give you a lift if you want.
Has he got a car?
Is he just going to carry us?
No, he's my. I have a little wagon. It's just outside. It's not very fancy, but it's.
Oh no, I'm not getting in a wagon with Kirby again. No.
He's casting a lot of aspersions here.
Atlanta is confused about who Kirby is.
Oh,
Is it a donkey or a horse?
It's 2 donkeys.
oh, I love donkeys.
Diddy runs straight outside and just jumps on one of the donkeys.
You can see that this is very much like a kind of a seaside-esque donkey who's used to dealing with people with a childlike affinity, shall we say.
Even though it clearly makes no sense, I also jump on the same donkey with Diddy. I assume I'll have to be moved at some point to the other donkey, but I immediately jump on that donkey.
I was going to say, just to be clear, I assume that you've jumped on the donkey that's wearing a hat.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, cool.
Diddy,
Why wouldn't we?
Can Diddy try and steal the hat?
I mean, yeah. Sure, roll sleight of hand against a donkey.
What is this sleight of hand? Actually, nat 20!
Oh god.
Good use of that nat 20 against that scheming donkey. Beats its 9. Yes. Wait, you have successfully stolen a hat from a donkey.
He puts it on Pong.
Oh, that's so precious.
I hold. What? So we're talking like straw hat, right?
Wide
like,
brim straw
yeah,
hat.
wide brim straw hat.
Yeah.
I'm like, I look Diddy like deep in the eyes, deep in the eyes, like with such meaning, and I just look at him and go, Pong.
Did he just laugh?
I pull out like a scrap of parchment or something and do like a really quick sketch, so that I can photograph, as it were, this moment, because Wisp is going to be so proud of Diddy. This is beautiful. This is going on the Instagram board we've got in the hallway. You know, the old
Okay.
Instagram.
Fair enough.
I jump in the wagon and say, "You've already agreed. You can't take back looking after the Baron for 10 days."
No, fine. You see him climb up into the driver's seat. It's a really rickety old wagon. It is not. It's not like a carriage or anything like that. It looks like it's used for God knows what, just delivering random shit around town. You all climb aboard, and your journey gets underway. It takes the good part of a day to drive all to this location, and all of it is largely taken up by a lot of old stories. Think very much Grandpa Simpson type stories.
I'm on tenterhooks the entire time.
Yeah. Oh yes, and I can't even because all the ones I can think of are the one about the 5 bees. 5 bees for a nickel.
Diddy's wondering if he's managed to get a carrot from anywhere on the wagon.
Yeah, there's some like dry store food for the donkeys and things.
He's giving the donkey one bite of the carrot and then taking a bite himself and then giving the donkey a bite.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, the donkey is fine with this arrangement. It seems like it's getting more food than it normally would with a small person or a small child, and yeah, it's kind of content and just plods along. Before too long, you arrive at the town of Squall and a Teacup on Sea. It's a very pleasant little town, picturesque, you might say, and you can see that it's around a natural harbour, so it's kind of this circular harbour. The town sprawls round from one side on the right, at kind of sea level, and then rises round up onto the left onto this this cliffside that is quite a considerable amount above the harbour itself. And kind of as you roll into town, the man says, "Oh yes," and he kind of points up at this large building that's on top of the cliff. Says, "That's the museum up there. Shall I drop you up?" Just kind of.
Yeah, if you could. Actually, if you could just join us. I mean, presumably, have you got an office there? We could take over as a base for our investigations whilst we're here.
Oh, we certainly could. So my idea, and feel free to come up with a better one if you've got it. I was thinking that I would tell my staff that you're here as professional auditors, so that they can give you the full run of the place. However, that way they don't know, because obviously if someone's stealing something, we don't want them to be alerted to the fact that we're onto them. Though it is pretty obvious, given that an incredibly valuable item's gone missing.
Sure. I mean, obviously, we'll need to start with you to question as part of our investigation. So.
Are we interrogating? And I immediately pull restraints.
I mean, I'd rather you didn't damage damage my staff. I consider them all as good as family, and I'd really rather nothing came to bloodshed.
No, there's no bloodshed involved.
Oh, he kind of like eyes the restraints. Like, I see roughly where you're going. Perhaps a light touch would be in order.
Mr. Flem, you brought us in, I think you should respect our methods,
I touch Flen on the arm and just give him a look of like, Pong.
Yes.
I gesture to the other three. Pong.
He kind of gives you a little nod. Well, very well. You are the expert after all. Far be it from me to curtail your enthusiasm. Very well. We're almost here. And he kind of just stretches a bit like he's been, sat in a driving seat for 8 hours, which he has. And it's about this time that you arrive at the museum. The museum itself is quite a large building, as you might expect. It's situated a reasonable distance from the cliff, so it's not like you're going to wander around it and fall off the edge, but it is also got a spectacular kind of view of the sea, which is beautiful and calm on this fine summer's day. He kind of gestures to the main door. He goes, "Oh, here we are." Climbs down from the wagon, kind of offers you all a hand to descend.
Am I going to dislocate his shoulder if if he's old and?
I mean, possibly.
Good, I'll accept the hand.
Okay, he kind of like he puts his weight under it, and it's very much more of a gesture than actual support. But he helps everyone down.
Is his shoulder still in the socket?
It is.
No.
I mean, unless you're actually going to try and injure him, it's going to stay that way.
No.
Oh, good. How kind of you.
I've just always wanted to try and pop one back in,
Sorry, what? A shoulder, right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a sketch of the beautiful sea view so that I can put it on the Instagram pinboard when I get back in with the caption "Take me back." ...
Oh no, something's loading. Hang on. I clicked the wrong button. Oh god. I was trying to get the sound to work, but it didn't work. It just made something else worse. Fine. Fuck it. We're going back to the travelling noise. So, you find yourselves inside a very musty old museum. It's got that wonderful smell of old books and things that are very old and kind of slowly decaying.
Like the guy.
Yeah, very much like the guy. It's like the guy was turned into a building.
Delightful.
Can Diddy see any old hats or helmets?
From where you are at the moment, you're just in kind of like the entry hall where people are, given tickets and asked for suggested donations and things like that. So not at this current place, but there are likely to be hats or armaments further into the building. You kind of there.
Do we have a toddler harness?
I mean, you've got a harness, I'm sure.
I've got lots of hemp and rope, mate.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah, Pong sort of like, I look like a kid on a day out at like a school trip to a museum. But I'm sticking close to my parent guardians. It's fine.
Diddy, what have we said when we visit places with lots of shiny things and fragile things?
I look at Diddy.
Diddy makes like a little weird eye gesture. He's like, because it like Pong and Diddy bolt in different directions.
I stand still as Diddy runs away. I didn't.
Diddy's got
The sound of Diddy running off into the museum.
I just look at everyone. I'm like, okay.
As you walk in, there's like a woman who's kind of on the reception, kind of like information desk, and she kind of like just sees Diddy run past. Oh yeah, oh, all right.
He's adopted. It's not
Oh.
my fault.
I see.
Wow.
Well, you know how it is, young auditors, so fresh and ready to
Why
do
do you
their
sound like you're
work as
gonna kill him?
auditor. Hello, I am an auditor.
Flen. This is. Yes. Sorry, Elsie. He's a little high-spirited. Yes. These are some auditors that I'm bringing in to have a look at the place.
That is how all auditors start out.
Happy. Nummy's angry. For clarity in chat, Nummy is an auditor.
Oh my god. I'm literally gonna die.
You've been full named in chat, Tex.
Yeah. Flen says, yes, I'm just going to take them upstairs to the office. If you see any of the others around, let them know that they're allowed to be here, and perhaps to if they see a green, very fast-moving individual, that they're also allowed. He kind of like, you hear his voice quiver at that. Very well. Upstairs, and he kind of leads you as briskly as he can up a kind of side staircase that isn't immediately obvious, and you find yourself on the first floor in a room that is clearly intended as an office space. There are a couple of desks around it, and it kind of leads to further areas of the building. This is typically what we use as an office space. The rest of them are storage and record rooms and things for investigations. But yes, here is the office. Yes. What shall I stay? Would you like me to leave?
Well, I think we've got to question everyone. We can't let anyone be treated as above suspicion. Otherwise, it always turns out that they were actually the one who did it. So,
Of course.
in the interest of not guaranteeing that it was you, we do have to start with the questioning.
Of course.
So tell me, when did the item arrive in your possession?
The item arrived, I believe it was, hang on, I'm trying to work out including travel time. There and back. Okay, it would have been about 4 or 5 days ago.
And do you have I don't know, like a receipt or something?
Paul goes over to a desk, pulls out the thing, and you see on the receipt that the item was brought in by one Anil McCoy, and is basically you know the section where it says like estimated value, like you've never seen so many zeros next to each other, and kind of the item is described as an antique golden ring that has been within the family for many generations. It's kind of like the description goes down there. It's said to have some kind of magical properties to it, though quite what they are isn't certain. And it was basically brought in for the purposes of kind of having it looked at and appraised, and to try and work out what it actually did.
Okay. So and was anyone else on shift at the time when it arrived?
Yes, plenty of people were on shift. He kind of he goes over and pulls down a staff rota from the side. Says, we have 2 full-time members of staff, as in all of the time. He kind of indicates to the name Frank and the name Rivet, and says, Frank lives in the back, and Rivet is an automaton,
and does not require sleep or work, and they volunteer.
This entire time, Pong is taking notes on some parchment.
It will just say Pong.
Not yet. I'm just like, Pong.
It says, and apart from that, we have Elsie Smith, who you met on the desk. She is a human. We have Jan Fellsword, a half-orc, who also helps out about the place. Then, and finally, we have Toombar, the dwarf. And apart from that, I'm forgetting the most important people. We have the manager. The manager. I've fallen into my accent. I apologise. We have Belvedere Spotterskin, who is an elf of quite some many years, or even older than me, I believe. And the head of security, who is Errol Brunk, a dragonborn.
When you say like of a number of years, like how old are you?
I'm reaching my 90th. I'm in my late 80s.
Because like that's not saying that much for an elf.
Exactly, but he's even older than me.
Yeah, and I'm just saying I'm older than you.
I've no doubt. I understand there's disparity between the range.
Anyway,
Anyway.
And presumably all of those know that it was that this item was brought in.
Yes. Most of our volunteers or employees, depending on whether they volunteer or employ or are employed, they do a smattering of everything. So sometimes they work the front desk, sometimes they help with investigations and analysis. You know, you come up here, you want to do that kind of thing, and they, generally speaking, everyone knew that had come in because you have to be aware of the big ticket items, shall we say.
So everyone knew that it came in. Everyone knew that it's valuable.
Yes.
Interesting.
Pong.
Would anyone else in the town or generally know that this item came in?
I can't say for certain. Not that I think, as far as I'm aware, the gentleman that brought it in was from out of town, and he's simply just quite a wealthy sort. So yes, I don't know. I don't know if any of our people will have told anyone, or if I've said I don't know, and I keep talking, but I am an old man,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it was 1982.
Yes, yellow onions.
Okay. Well, so the obvious suspects, people who knew about it arriving, are either someone who employed here or the person who gave it to you.
Yes.
Which, you know, he could be giving it and then having someone steal it to get the the kind of compensation amount from you. It could be a scam like that. It could be an opportunist, within your organization, which would include you. We obviously have no reason to distinguish anyone stealing it, or just someone else found out about it that we don't know about, which is a little bit difficult in terms of investigation. Do you know when it went missing?
No, yes, that I can help you with. The item went missing overnight. We have limited security overnight. We have Rivet and Frank are obviously around, and occasionally Errol pulls a night shift as well. But for the most part, it's relatively quiet, and hence why we lock anything of extreme valuable nature in a safe in the basement.
All right. So you had so you said Frank and Rivet were on security, and someone else sometimes does. Errol.
Yes, Errol.
Were they doing one that evening though?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll obviously need to interview them then. Probably as a starting point. And presumably the security that he said is locked away in the basement. How many access points are there to the basement?
Just the one. You head down the stairs and then you're in the basement.
And in terms of getting to those stairs, then presumably the external doors are locked.
Yes, we lock everything up for the night because even though we're but a humble museum, we're not bloody fools. So yes, we do lock the doors. He's humouring you at this point.
I sort of start looking around. I'm a second story man. I start looking around for ways that I might break into this place.
Make an investigation check.
This is not going to go well. I'm not very observant.
You can use your wisdom instead of your intelligence if you'd like.
I think you'll find the difference between those two is minimal. Oh, God. Oh, holy shit. Sorry, investigation or perception?
Investigation.
There is a big difference. Okay, that's less good. But still, 16.
Okay.
I rolled a 19, so that tells you a lot about Pong.
Well done. Excellent. From where you are, as obviously you don't think of it in like necessarily a malicious way. You're kind of like just looking as fun little ways to break into a building.
Yeah. Well, how can I climb around this playhouse?
Yeah, so it's one of those buildings where kind of all the surfaces are like panelled wood with various different textures. So you could easily climb up just about any surface in this room just that you're in. There are a number of windows that have got quite wide windows, but that could be opened relatively easily by someone as skilled as yourself. Like it would just be a case of like slipping something through potentially and doing like that. Based on that roll, that's what you can see. But you think there are probably quite a number of ways you could get in as long as you had the tools.
I mean, I head out and start doing that without any explanation. My intention is to go outside and come in through the window and just display the possibility eventually.
Okay.
Sorry, were there any signs of forced entry anywhere?
No, that's the funny thing. The only sign of forced entry was that the safe was open. The safe, obviously, we have quite a large safe for storing valuables because we can never really be sure what will come in that we need to then give away. However, yes, the only thing that really changed was that the safe was open. The door to the basement was locked. There was no sign of anyone having come in through any doors or windows. Everything was as we left it. The ground floor is quite securely protected by various basic magical fields that kind of prevent people from doing any nefarious deeds. At this point, you see Pong just kind of like his face kind of emerging through like on the other side of a window as you easily scale the outside of the building with no difficulty whatsoever.
I rolled three thieves' tools checks.
Okay. What was the first one?
Well, the first one was a 13.
Okay.
And then the next one was a 25, and the last one was a 30.
Fair enough. Yeah, you kind of like you take your thieves' tools and you're on the outside of this window. He's just standing there. Glenn is facing the opposite direction, so just Adlana, Diddy, who was running around somewhere actually. We'll come back to Diddy in a second. But Adlana and Serena, you just see Pong in the background, just kind of like extending a very dainty piece of equipment through the window and just trying to like catch the latch. And you see the latch just go tung, and then all of a sudden just ping, the window opens outwards and you just see Pong kind of like lean back, catch the windows, and then just step back inside.
Pong.
Oh.
That's what rogues are supposed to do.
Disadvantage on all your rolls. Yeah.
Sorry, you were telling us how secure this place is at night.
I was saying, yes, the ground floor is very secure. Typically, we don't maintain the same level of security up here because all of the artifacts and the kind of the expensive things are downstairs and on display, and they're protected by magical enchantments. Basic, I'll grant you, but typically they're also not particularly valuable.
So to me, sorry, quick like
Yeah.
adventurous huddle, which is Adana, Serena, and Pong.
Yeah, you see him
Little
head
huddle.
off to the window and it's like,
I
tries
feel
to
like
lock
it's
it
also-
again.
It's probably also a huddle just between you and Serena, and then I'm just in the middle, just like looking up. With I have to take my hat off, obviously. Otherwise, the brim intrudes.
It sounds to me like it's either an inside job, or someone has somehow dug into the basement, cracked open the safe and then gone out the way they came.
Hmm.
Or it's a ghost.
While you're having this
It's a
discussion,
ghost.
Diddy, you've been let loose on the museum for about 20 minutes at this point. What would you like to do?
Oh,
So you're,
God.
you're running through at breakneck speed.
Yeah. I'm just like skidding around every corner until I come across a hat, basically.
Okay. When you say a hat, how flexible are we being here? Considering you've got a wine bottle for a hat, how flexible in the term hat are we going to be?
Specifically, if he's looking for something specific, he's looking for a tiara.
I see.
But anything really.
Sure. Make a perception check, please.
Mm, 8.
8. You're flying around the museum at breakneck speed, and it's quite a while. But eventually, you kind of like skid to a stop in front of this glass case. Kind of like, little wooden panels and bits on the side. There's this collection of jewellery, and it's the most magnificent tiara you've ever seen. It makes your soul ache.
He's just like pressed his face against the glass and has just been like stood there since he's found it.
Literally like eyeballs on the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very good. You hear the sound of footsteps behind you, and a female voice says, "You right there?"
Yeah. I found a hat.
That's a tiara.
I found it.
Yeah, yes. And kind of like this woman kind of like comes up behind you, and you can see it's this half orcish woman, and she's shall I pick you up? Do you want to look?
Touch me.
Was that a no? Sorry, I couldn't.
Don't touch me.
Ah, right, you are. Well, if you want to learn more about it, there's a little placard just there, and it kind of like indicates that there's this little bit of paper next to it that kind of has some scrawled writing on it. Can I help
Here
you at all?
I'm here on business.
I see. Make a persuasion check.
18.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't quite beat her nat 20. Yeah, I'm wasting them as well. And she kind of like looks at you and says, "Of course you are. Do you want me to help you find your mum?"
Don't need my mum. I'm old enough. I don't need a mum.
I see. I apologize. Do you need any help at all?
I want the tiara.
And unfortunately, that's a relic of that's being put on display by the museum.
What's the relic?
It's a very old thing that we believe should belong to everyone and not one person.
Belongs in a museum.
Like the man who came here. He's very old.
Yes, we do sometimes have some old visitors.
No, the man with the donkeys.
Yes, she says, smiling at you, not meaning yes at all.
The man with the donkeys in the cart.
Oh! And she kind of like there's a brief moment of recognition. She goes, yes, but yes, he does also belong in a museum. Um, why don't we help you find your friends? I'm sure they must be around here somewhere. She kind of like tries to lead you away, not touching you, but just like trying to coax you away with attempted bribery at some certain points of like sweets and other offered things, possibly something from the gift shop.
At this point, Diddy wants to bolt off again, but in search of everyone else.
Okay, that's quite all right. I mean, you saw where everyone. Oh no, you didn't. You ran off.
No, I'd gone.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, make an investigation check.
That is 9.
9. Okay. It's as you see Pong running outside that you kind of like just see him dash around a corner, and you chase after him, you tear after him. By the time you get outside and to where he was, he's already up the top of a building, and you kind of like take a couple of seconds to look around before you see him, and then all of a sudden he kind of like pops through the window. Everyone, you begin having your group huddle when you see like just the pressed face of Diddy just kind of like hauling himself onto the window ledge. All of you behind. You find yourself face to face with Glenn, who kind of says, "Oh, just a tick," and kind of like opens one of the windows and like gives you a hand to crawl in. You are now all together again.
Delightful.
Back.
Hey,
Pong.
Diddy. I don't think you got a new hat, did you?
No, but I found a nice one downstairs. The mean orc wouldn't let me have it.
Oh, what a shame. All right. So, what are you thinking, Serena? What are you thinking?
Why? Why? How did we end up babysitting? That's what I'm thinking. No. I mean, I'm thinking, how much could it? I mean, someone's got to know something.
I just like sagely look at Serena and just like,
I mean, yeah.
Did mean orc? Did mean orc do it?
I don't know that you can make that assumption, did he?
Yeah, that seems kind of racist. Just assume it was an orc.
critical hit.
Huzzah!
Have we got to stop people leaving?
Well,
If you think there's a hole, well, no, because you said someone dug into the basement. Surely he'd have mentioned that.
Well, it was just a theory that, to me, it seems like there would have to either be an inside job or a hole in the basement. Now, I guess if there is that, they might have done a good job of covering it up. We could go down to the basement and have a look, because if we can rule that out, then we know it must have been an inside job.
I nod enthusiastically.
And also, not ruling out interrogation.
Well, if it's an inside job, then that's where the interrogation is
Exactly.
gonna come in. So that to me feels like
Interrogation is too large a word for me, but I nod enthusiastically.
all right.
Do we need to
Flynn.
set up a barrier to stop people coming in?
Oh yeah, we could lock down the.
Did he like? Was like I could put rope across the door.
Sure. Yes, you be on rope across the door duty.
Did he goes
Um,
running to the door with his rope?
Okay.
Flim again. Would you mind taking us to the basement? Let's investigate the scene of the crime.
Yeah, Flindudgenus has been just giving you your space for the time being, but he kind of like looks up from his book. Oh, yes, of course. You head down the stairs and then kind of around the corner and down again. It's like there's a single staircase. It's basically just heading further down. And you round the corner and you find yourself outside a very short corridor that holds a single door. Seems to be quite well reinforced, but it's not like an iron door or anything. And in front of that, there is a very small goat. And Flynn says, hello, Frank. How are you doing? And kind of like just pulls some grain type stuff out of his of a pouch somewhere and kind of just offers it to the goat.
Oh, so this is your one of your full-time employees.
I looked at everyone to make sure this is normal, and then just pretend, yep, this is normal.
This.
Can anyone speak to animals?
I mean,
Not I.
I think the people who could speak to animals are not here.
Oh no.
is this is this a shapeshifter? Is this just
No, it's a goat.
right?
Was that the goat who said that?
I just
No, this is Glenn. He's kind of like just bending down and feeding.
It's just me, a goat.
Woof.
I just have to question your employment of a goat. And, what?
He's a very dedicated employee. He's very brave. Does a good job. Doesn't eat any of the artifacts. And yeah, staff seem to like him.
Does a goat count as a small creature?
This would count as a small creature because it is a small goat, but goats I think normally are medium.
So did he like put the rope across the door and he's like literally just wound it across so it's just like the entire door, as much of it as possible, is now rope?
Like when you try and sellotape a parcel and just everything ends. Yeah, okay.
And then he's come downstairs and he's seen this goat, so he's got up because he can speak with small beasts using sounds and gestures to communicate simple ideas.
Okay. This is going to be very much like a charade situation.
Can't
Yeah.
Go on then.
I watch on in awe. I'm still chewing a Werther's original that hasn't come out of its wrapping. It's still kind of like bouncing around my teeth.
He's like, mm, 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 mm.
The goat seems to raise an eyebrow at you.
Then he walks up to the door. He's like, knocks on the door. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Okay, hang on. 2 seconds. Yeah, the goat looks at you very bemused. This is not an intelligent goat.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Okay. Let's call this an intelligence persuasion check
From the goat or from me?
from you. This is how well you're communicating to a very confused goat.
Intelligence persuasion or charisma persuasion?
Intelligence persuasion.
Okay. 12.
12. You get the sense that, yeah, you're really not having much luck getting through to this goat. The goat seems willing to try and communicate, but also just seems quite young, not really sure what it is that you're trying to articulate. It's like, yes, door, good. Seems to be nodding at you like you're the one stupid.
Billy just goes to open the door.
Okay, the hang on. The goat tries to headbutt you, but runs past and actually just runs headfirst into the door and falls on its butt.
Diddy pats him on the head.
It kind of like nuzzles your hand, and seeing no resistance from anyone else, just kind of like backs up a little bit.
Can I just check, Flan Pompulus?
Yes.
When you said, did you say that Frank and the automaton
Rivet,
were...
yes.
So your nighttime security is a goat and an automaton?
Yes, and occasionally a dragonborn.
I roll my eyes. Pong.
But the Dragonborn was on duty that evening.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Yes. Let's go to the basement, and then I think it'd be good to. I mean, how long has it been since it went missing?
I set forth on the very day that it went missing. So it came in 4 or 5 days ago, and went missing 2 or 3 days ago, and I set out and then returned the day after.
Okay.
While no one's looking, Diddy's like taking his little pirate sash off, and it's like, is Frank still nuzzling into him?
A little bit, yeah.
He's trying to like put it around his neck like a little lead, and trying to take Frank as a pet.
I see. Yeah, make an animal handling check.
$22.
I mean, yeah, you've got a sash round a goat.
Well, he just wants a pet goat.
Okay.
A small pet goat.
Yeah, very, very well. You have a goat with a sash round its neck,
And a lead. It's like a longish sash, so it's like a lead.
yeah, it seems Frank seems relatively compliant at the moment. Okay, you Diddy opens the door and leads the way into this room. It's quite a large storage area, kind of a couple of pillars lining throughout the room to kind of maintain the structure of the building, but largely it's just a large open space. And down the far end there is a large safe, like we're talking like wall size, not just like a little Diddy one, like an actual almost like a room-sized safe. And you kind of walk through these various different bits and pieces, which seem to be kind of down in the basement for storage, but don't necessarily look too valuable. But they're just kind of piled up and cluttered. And you see the odd suit of armor and a few scrolls here and there, and kind of things have been very badly filed. All sorts of different things, collections of insects and all that stuff. And Glenn leads you to the far end where you find this safe, and he kind of like just says, if you wouldn't mind just turning round for a second. He kind of waits for you all to turn round. You hear the little sound of a spinning system as he kind of like enters the code into the safe, and then there's the sound of a door creaking open. It goes, and yes, you find yourself looking at a large safe area, which is relatively empty. It says, yes, this is what we had. Everything still in here apart from the ring. And he kind of like lists off. You can see a couple of bits and pieces in there. Just find my notes. Not there apparently. You see kind of like a very old sword that looks to be quite rusty.
You see a very large green gem that kind of looks emerald-esque, if not an emerald. And then there are kind of like just a couple of papers that have been tied together with a piece of string that also look like very old pieces of parchment.
Did you want to like explore? Is it like what's the floor made of? Is it wood? Brick?
The floor of the main room is tiled with like kind of clay tiles, as you might find in one of our own houses or buildings. Whereas the floor of the safe is kind of like a solid sheet of metal. It's like it looks like someone has constructed this safe in the location it's been in. Like they've brought in large sheets of metal in order to kind of build.
Did he want to like look at both floors? See if there's anything that like looks out of place or loose or?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
22.
Okay, you do a quick skirt round of the room. The floor seems to have been, for want of a better word, welded to the walls. Basically, it is a big metal box, and you go around the edge and can't find a single break in the seams. You look over the floor; it looks pretty much immaculate. And yeah, you can't find any breaks or gaps. It's not like there's a hole and someone's squeezed through or anything. It looks like it is just as intact as it is.
About the main room, because dude was gonna look at both.
Sure. So you're looking for like basically a big hole or like a poster
Loose
with
like a loose tile, like any loose tiles that may have been put back down.
Okay. The rest of you see Diddy is doing this. Is anyone going to help? Are you going to do your own things?
I'm gonna lie down on the floor with Diddy and try and look for a loose tile.
Okay, cool. Adlana, Serena, do you want to do something different, or do you just all want to help, or do nothing?
I think I want to focus on the vault door. So what's the kind of mechanism for opening it?
It's so it's kind of like traditional, what you would imagine for a safe, like the spinny turny lock, left, right, with numbers on it. Big old lever to open it up, and it's got when the doors open, you can see that it's got these like massive steel bolts that basically go in or out depending on whether the door is open or not.
Yeah. Okay. So initially, I'd want to just check if there's any kind of sign of.
Tampering.
Yeah, I suspect not, but
okay. You looking for anything in particular? Like, are you going to do it in a specific way, or are you just looking for like scratches on the metal, that kind of thing? Like, do you have a thing in mind?
Mainly just want to check, particularly around like where it might kind of hit the frame in terms of where the actual locks would be. That'd probably be the most likely place if someone's been able to put something in or tampered with that in any way.
Sounds good. Can do. Serena, what about you?
Serena is just mentally going through all of the advanced interrogation techniques.
Sounds good.
She knows how to use.
Okay. Diddy and Pong, you can either make investigation checks or one of you can make a check with advantage.
Diddy, go for the advantage, please.
Okay. Adlana, investigation check for you, please.
14 for me.
14.
Nat 20, thanks for the advantage.
Very nice. Total of
22.
22. Okay. Sounds good. So, Adlana, you go round the safe and you can find almost nothing wrong with this door in and of itself. Like, the only thing you can find is like there's a tiny little kind of like dent on one part of the door. Like, you're talking minuscule as well, like not a big dent, but just basically there's kind of like a bit where it looks like the metal's had a whack with something and it's kind of taken a little knock. But apart from that, the door fits perfectly. The mechanism is fully intact. There's nothing wrong. You kind of like pull out the steel bars. It's not like
some of them are hollow or something stupid like that. You're almost certain that this door is functioning exactly as intended, and everything is fine. Diddy and Pong, you spend the time investigating the floor. Diddy, you're crawling around, kind of like ear to the ground, going around feeling tile by tile. Pong, you're jumping up and down, just kind of like seeing, presumably trying to find out if there's a loose tile or not.
Absolutely. Seems sensible.
Diddy, you find that, as far as you're aware, all of the tiles are in place as you might expect. However, what you do notice is that in kind of the center of the room, there's a large steel grate that is kind of about manhole sized, that, for purposes of drainage, not too unusual. You have seen these things before. You're not overly shocked by the fact it's there. However, when you're going over it, you kind of think, oh, maybe someone's lifted this off or something, and you go and have a look, and all of the all of the screws and things look like they've not been touched since the day they were put in. No burring, everything looks fine. However, you kind of like put your face down to have a listen and try and see if you can hear anything. You hear the sound of just kind of sewery noises underneath, and by that I mean the sound of liquid slowly moving, but like it's not like there's a massive flow. There aren't lots of people up here flushing toilets. You can just hear like drips and drops. But you kind of like pull your face away, and Pong, you notice first that kind of like where Diddy's face has been pressed against the grill, which is like about wide enough to stick your fingers through, but not much else. You can see that there's kind of like this weird discoloration on the bits where his face has been sticking through the grill and kind of like being pressed against it.
I walk up to him. I'm like, Pong. I lick my thumb and I start rubbing his face, and I'm like,
okay. Your thumb comes away purple, and you kind of like, and you show, and yeah, you emphasize a purple thumb to a green goblin.
And I just rub it on my face a bit. Get a little bit of purple face on.
Did he like and uses his like little war paint on his eyes?
And so I look at his face, and I look at the grill, and I'm sort of like, and sort of touch the grill. Has it got this? It's got this purple on it.
You have to really stick your fingers in. Like it's
Right.
not on the. Everything looks clean and flush on the top.
Right.
But
It's
you
kind of
like,
the edge. Yeah.
it's
sure.
just the edges where it looks like there's this kind of residue that's stuck there.
Oh man, fighting the temptation to lick it so hard.
Do it, you cannot.
Like
Did it-
this, I want to so badly. Does it look like it'll taste nice?
It looks.
Does it look to a 6-year-old like it will taste nice?
It looks like diluted blackcurrant jam.
Of course, I lick my fingers.
Okay. There's a very. It's almost acidic. Like you know when you lick a battery and it's just that kind of like tart taste. It's in fact it's quite similar to blackcurrant jam. It's just a lot more acidic and kind of like spark. It's that sensation of electricity in your mouth and kind of.
Oh, it's nice.
Not nice. It's not horrible. It's not
It's like
killing you.
It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's made of batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. I lick my fingers again.
Yeah, keeps happening.
Yeah. I wave over to get Adlana's attention.
Did he calls out Serena and Lana as well?
Yeah.
Is this one of your security things?
Uh,
What has your weird grate done? To,
it's just a drainage grate. We haven't done anything to it. It's perfectly secure.
I proffer my finger.
Right.
Then
Thank you. I don't.
explain this.
I'm trying to quit.
Like, Diddy's wondering if like he can understand anything about this substance. Like, he's put his face back down to the grill and is like trying to look at it and see if he could decipher what it may be, whether it's like a natural thing or some medicine type thing or
Okay. Yeah, make a medicine check in that case. If you wanna find out if it's some kind of like artificial or natural thing. Well, you
Yeah.
could make it nature if you wanted.
I'll go medicine because I'm slightly better on that.
Okay.
I would like to check if it's some kind of sleight of hand thing, please.
If you want to.
It's just about the only good thing I can do.
Natural one. Okay. Total of what though?
5.
Total of 5. You're not sure. Have you tasted it?
He has now.
Okay.
Straight, fresh from the grate. Ah.
Yeah, you're really not sure. In the same way that you don't know is because jam's technically being manufactured, but also it's natural. So your brain is just going into a philosophical quandary about quite what this is. But it's not terrible, not killing you. Just seems to be a thing that's there.
This stuff?
He pulls out the hip flask from inside his jacket to wash down the taste,
Okay, it certainly does that.
and then slides it back in.
Maybe check if there's any magical implications of it.
As in, how do you want to do that? Do you want to just do like an Arcana check, or are you doing like a spell?
Yeah, I don't have a spell, so yeah, it would just be kind of having probably getting a bit on finger and kind of
Yeah, kind of doing the whole test. Yeah, okay, Arcana check.
Oh, that's a total of 8.
A total of 8. Could be jam, could be a magic potion. You haven't got a clue.
It's a shame this mystery can't be solved by smashing plates. That's a real shame.
What do you make of this purple stuff? I kind of wave at the guy's face like I'm gonna wipe on him.
He gives it a sniff. He goes, It's unusual.
Yes, I know.
Kind of gives it a bit of a look. I can't say what it is, but it's probably not something I'd expect. It's,
I mean, we
you don't want purple stuff coming up the sewers.
Open the grate.
no.
Oh, that's awful.
What was that, Diddy?
Open the grate.
I can't. It's sealed. It's I don't know if you see. There's many security measures in place.
You mean the screws?
Yes. You need a
Right,
magical
okay.
screwdriver.
Does it need to be a magical screwdriver?
I mean, you want to try it with a non-magical screwdriver? It's up to you.
Can we see exactly where the ring was before it was taken? Are we exactly where it was?
Yeah, he can go and gesture that and like kind of show you. Okay, so it's right on this shelf here. Had a nice little box and everything.
Is the I'm obviously I'm not asking this, but is the box still there?
No, the box is missing.
Interesting.
So this purple stuff, one of the tools I have proficiency with is a poisoner's kit. Would
Okay.
that help me in any way to identify it?
Yeah, you can make a intelligence check with your proficiency bonus
Okay.
to determine if it is poisonous. However, given that, I will say that you can make it with advantage because 2 people have already licked it and survived.
I'm still licking as well. Like I'm still like from time to time I'll be like, ooh.
The flavor doesn't get any kind of. You know how you occasionally eat things and then just keep eating them and the flavor kind of goes away. Not this.
It's
Like if they could
intense
put it
every
into
time.
chewing gum.
I've gotten a bit of an addiction to this.
Oh, Wisp's going to take this so well. Lost Diddy. Got Pong addicted. Something.
Being an idiot, where's my proficiency bonus?
I think it's
on-
+3.
It'll be plus.
It'll be plus
no.
3.
Oh, is it +4?
Yeah, plus
Plus
3.
three.
No, it's plus 3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Oh, right, okay, cool. Yeah, right. I'm trying to. I can't find what anything is on this app. I'm sorry. Intelligence check. Right, okay, so. That's not a d20. Oh no, there it is. 13, 14, 17.
Okay.
I can maths.
Yeah, so you're pretty much certain that this isn't poisonous.
Okay.
Like, it might not be the best thing for you, but it's not gonna. If you drank a vial of it, you wouldn't instantly die.
You knock yourself out, Pong. It's fine. Get your whole hand just in.
Does this? How wide are the holes on these grates? How wide
Probably
are the grate
about.
holes?
However wide that is, about the width of your thumb. Let's go with that. So that wide.
Wide enough to get a ring down, but not wide enough to get a box down.
I assume.
Pong's not thinking this. Pong's thinking about electric flavors. That's just Sunny. That's just Sunny thinking.
Yeah.
Diddy just wants to find. Actually, no. Diddy says he can hear the sewer below. He's like asks the old man where the nearest entrance to the sewer is.
Well, it depends what you mean by nearest. We've got it goes both ways. One goes out over the cliff, and the other one heads down into town. But you can't get into it from here. But yeah, if you want to climb down a cliff, by all means, it's just over there. Ooh.
Diddy,
I look. I'm like, you want me to climb?
Diddy's also thinking the same thing about himself. He's thinking in his head. He's got an idea about his rope.
Can I make a suggestion that we just do one thing before we head off in that direction?
Is it interrogate people? Please don't interrogate people.
No, I was gonna ask Pong to break into the safe and possibly get the guy to lock the door and get Pong to see if he can lockpick it.
I set to happy as
Okay.
Larry.
Glenn shuts the safe, spins the combination, and just goes, "Yes, have at," and kind of just steps back to what you were. Sorry, kind of like turns around, almost like he's peeping at you or something.
So you know how in like safe cracky movies, the safe cracker kind of like puts on the earphones,
Yeah.
and like kind of cracks their knuckles and kind of like closes their eyes and kind of gets his own. Pong does none of that. Pong just like walks up to the safe and just like has at it. Okay.
Give me a description of how has at. How are we?
Yeah, with my, I just get my like, you know, pulling out thieves' tools. I'm like, this'll do. This, yep, that. There's no fancy for show here.
Okay.
It's just pure innate genius.
Okay,
It's like
sure.
a plumber, but you're actually a thief.
Yes, exactly.
Just come to fix a pipe.
24 on thieves' tools.
Okay. Very easy. You've got like this little kind of like weird ear trumpet thing. You just stick.
Yeah.
And there's this audible as it just goes into your ear. Pop it against the door. Pring, 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 and just kind of like you can hear it click as it goes, and you just instantly flip the dial back the other way. Pop the handle, and the door swings open.
I turn around and like Pong.
The man turns around. Oh.
I pick up my bits of thieves' tools
Yeah.
I've kind of been dropping on the floor.
You see him look at it, and then kind of like goes to the
shuffle into
worristy
the bag.
documents that are inside the thing. It says it's bloody unbreakable.
Yeah. See,
Diddy's like, he didn't break it. He just opened it.
That warranty says it's unbreakable. Did they also say that if it got damaged, they'd replace it for 5 years, but you had to pay a bit extra? Is that?
Have I been had? Is
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
oh no. Oh, my deposit.
see, I'd been hoping that, you know, whatever is in the sewer, I mean, it's still interesting what's in the sewer grate, and I feel like we're still missing something that one of us is going to, you know, have an incidental conversation down the line and then have that moment of realization. But anyway,
Is there any way of me telling whether someone has picked this safe? While I was picking it, is there any way of like? I should have said this before picking it, but like,
I was going to say,
do I as I'm picking it, do I come across like, this is misaligned, or there's some notches in the metal here, or something like that.
So yeah, I was going to say, what I'll say is that from everything you've done, and you rolled very well, so like you can tell that this safe hasn't been picked. Like, you didn't technically pick it; all you did was use it, but in a way that
Sure.
people weren't intending.
Sure.
Like, you can tell that no one has like slid in any tools and kind of like messed up the mechanism at all. Everything is functioning perfectly, and then if someone's done it, probably the same way as you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool.
Can we do the same exercise with the door at the top? Because I suspect that'll be easier to see if there's been any funny business.
Yep.
With it.
17.
17. You go and just have a look into the other dude, kind of like fiddling about with your thieves' tools, feeling with the tools rather than your fingers. It's like they're an extension of your body. And you find that this door has almost certainly not been picked ever before in its life. This is the first time a door has been picked in this museum, perhaps. Who knows? But this door certainly has not been mistreated.
Good. Mm.
Interesting.
Oh.
I mean, what do you think? So it's either that whatever happened, it came in some way through the sewers.
Yeah.
And possibly the purple residue is something as it slipped through or
Yeah, I start going out
or something.
down on the grate. I'm like, yeah.
Although it's a fair point that the box, you'd used to be able to take a ring, but I don't know what happened to the box unless they just kind of broke the box up and dropped it through or something. I don't know. Either that was an inside job.
I start. Is this stuff having any effect on the enamel on my teeth?
No, it's tingling a bit, but it's not like
It's not fully eating away.
Yeah, you haven't got fewer teeth, and you also aren't on like a drug trip or anything, so
Yeah,
that's always a plus.
More's the pity. Okay.
Okay, something. Let's climb down a cliff and go into a sewer.
Tongue.
You see the Flen says that you could climbing down the cliff will be quicker. There are also manholes in the town if you want a slightly less dangerous but longer journey. Kind of like looks slightly concerned at you. It's like you've just told your granddad that you're going out skateboarding.
Yeah. You could just get the bus.
Yeah, I'll drive.
I look to the adults in the room.
I look directly at Punk and like shrug and then spider climb up onto the wall and onto the ceiling. And it ain't no
I'm
thing.
slightly in love.
Oh my.
Well, so
Yeah, I
can
don't
climb
think the
anywhere.
cliff's gonna be any problem.
I'm no doubt that Pong will be able to climb down and easy enough. Diddy, it's as much of a risk either way. So I think I'm the only one that's in any increased danger. So fuck it, we're going down the cliff.
Bong!
Diddy's like leading Frank up as well and gets his rope off the door as we head out.
Oh yeah, goats famously can climb on anything that's not.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can see the drawing I'm looking at. This will be interesting. So, you make your way outside. There are a few questioning remarks as you lead Frank out from Elsie, who's on the door, but doesn't try to stop you. Are you leaving Flen indoors, or are you taking him as a?
Do we need him to point out where the grate's going to be?
Okay. He kind of like
Or whether he
comes out with you. In which case, Elsie says nothing because Frank's with Flen. It's fine. You walk out. He kind of basically the building is a considerable distance from the cliff edge, but he kind of like and there's also a wooden fence, kind of like keeping people from just stumbling off, you know. And he kind of like gets to the edge, kind of peers very gently over and just goes, "It's down there, yes," and kind of just leans back.
How far? If I lean, how far down does it look?
You kind of like give a little wiggle under, kind of look over the edge. It seems to be about maybe
Ooh, 30 feet down?
Yeah, like I'm just gonna walk off the edge
Before-
of the cliff, a la David Bowie in Labyrinth in the Escher room,
Delightful.
just
But-
right round.
Just- Just for that, Diddy asks Sirena if he can borrow her rope.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll have left you my rope. I'll probably have given it to Adlana. I don't need it right now.
Okay.
Diddy wants to tie Frank to his back like a rucksack.
Okay,
then-
you're taking Frank with you. You see Flem go, no, I'd rather if you left Frank
Let's-
here.
let's
He's meant
leave
to be
Frank.
guarding the basement, you see.
Okay.
Let's leave Frank.
Can I? I'll leave Frank here if I can take him home.
You see him kind of like pick Frank up, and Frank just kind of like goes there in his arms. He's like, no, and just walks backwards.
Back for you, Frank.
We'll see.
That
We'll see
might be
how
for the
strong the
best.
bond with Frank remains.
We'll come back, Frank. Anyway, so if we kind of tie the bits of rope together, just make sure we've got enough. Although I don't think
I've
we won't
got
really need
I've got
to
plenty.
have
You
this
won't
up
need to tie.
50 feet.
Yeah.
Is there like a nice secure point that I
Yeah,
assume
there's-
Pong will be good at tying the rope there, being a thief?
Yeah, there's an obvious fence post. It's sturdy. You can see that like it's there to stop people falling off a cliff. You're confident that it won't just give under your weight, or at least one person's weight.
I wang
Kind
50
of,
foot of rope over that.
gesture
and-
to it, looking at Pong like Pong.
Cool, easy enough. You don't even need to do a test for it. It's just
Cool.
you
Beautiful.
do knots. That's fine.
I start abseiling.
Cool.
Diddy ties his round his waist and the other end of the thing, and then just like takes a flying leap.
Cool. Pong, perception check with advantage. Diddy, perception check with disadvantage.
Christ. Oh Christ.
I mean, Diddy, to be fair, are you just diving off the edge of a cliff and trusting that the length of rope will put you at the right point? Or are you
16, baby.
okay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, how am I going to explain this to Wisp?
So the 50 foot of hempen rope does not surprisingly take you to the 30-foot grate. I know we're bad at maths, but you find yourself dangling. Also, make a dexterity saving throw, please. I'm not expecting you to fail, but just in case.
This is Diddy.
Just to
His
prang your head on a cliff. No.
perception check was 19.
And mine was
Cool.
16.
Yeah, 19, fine, good.
Dex
Yeah.
saving throw
Yeah.
9.
9, okay.
Oh no, 12. 12. Sorry, 12.
12.
Plus 7. Yeah, 12.
Oh shit! You jumped off. You're more than 10 feet away from me.
But can
Okay.
I also use like slow fall in this because he is technically falling, which would reduce any damage by 1d10 plus my dex.
Very well. You well, the problem is Snowfall. Yeah, fine. You know what? You do smash your face into a cliff,
Delightful.
but it is at a relatively slow speed. We'll say that you negate the damage somehow because fucking monks, why not? Pong, you make your way down the cliff easy as anything. You manage to avoid all kind of like loose rocks. You know, you can see exactly where you're going.
I
Not
climb
even-
I climb at normal walking speed as well, so
Yeah, totally fine. You
I don't make it look as good as Serena, but I make it look good.
Presumably, like I've seen Diddy just go flying off like 20 feet below me.
Yes, you have. Speaking of,
I'll
did
go
he?
get him.
You managed
I'll go
to.
get him.
That's fine. Did you manage
we
to
just-
climb
can we just
up
pull the rope
without
up?
issue?
Yeah, that is true. We could just pull the rope up and I wouldn't even have to help. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
should you want to climb up, Diddy, you're pretty sure you'll be all right.
I'd like to imagine Diddy just face still in the face of the rock as we pull him up, just grinding his face all the way up.
Okay.
Kind of reverse Homer Simpson. Oh, delightful.
Pretty much what it's like. That's pretty much what it is.
Serena, can I get a perception check with advantage, please? If you're walking off the edge with your spider climb, you can just do it at will, right?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just spider climb because presumably because that bit in Dracula where Jonathan's like, and he just walked down the side of the cliff. Advantage means roll twice and take the highest, doesn't
That's
it?
the one. Yeah.
Not
It
to-
do indeed.
Okay, so I think I'm good at perception.
I thought my neighbour was moving a chair, but it's just Jin snoring.
20,
Oh, that's cute.
Wow.
22.
22. Yeah, not even a problem. There are a couple of like loose rocks that you just spot instantly, totally avoid. Make your way around them. All good. Adlana, what are you doing?
Spooky as shit.
Basically, when Pong kind of when Pong gets to the grate and is no longer using the rope,
Yeah.
then just going to climb down.
Not a problem. Pong and Diddy, when you both kind of get to the grate, you find that there's basically like a hatch. It's got some bars across it to stop people. Like if someone was somehow to fly out or something, you know,
Sure.
it stops people from flying into the ocean out of a cliff. But there's basically a door in it. You just kind of like use the hatch, open the door,
Sure.
head straight inside. Find yourself standing in a relatively dry sewer because the way this is built, it usually all flows downhill.
Is there any? Do I see any purple residue anywhere?
Right where you are at the moment, no. However, you are just stood at the right at the edge. You're waiting for everyone to come down, and this is the only bit that's in light. I will say it does head off into total darkness. So there is that. Serena, you managed to get down just fine. You find your way inside again onto a relatively dry floor that is spherical. It's about 6 feet tall.
I mean, I could just walk on the bits that aren't.
You could indeed.
They're entirely dry.
I put on
This is my
some.
plan.
I put on some goggles.
God.
And as, despite them being magic goggles, I kind of feel like they still make the ding noise as they power up slightly.
Just imagining,
And
you know,
there's
the
probably
ones from.
there's like a faint green glow from them.
I was going to say, yeah. I was just imagining the ones from Jurassic Park. You know, the
Yeah,
ones that
yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sort of vibe. Yeah,
Sure.
And it
You're
seems that
saying
I
a
seem to
faint-
be able to function in the dark relatively well, despite being a halfling.
When you say faint green glow, I'm kind of imagining like the Sam Fisher Splinter Cell.
Yeah, exactly. The enemies can't see it, but for aesthetics reasons, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's only 6 foot tall, then is Adlana having to like?
Yeah, Adlana would have to stoop slightly. So yeah,
And if I'm walking on the side of the wall, is my hair just entirely in the way for everyone?
pretty much. Like
I mean,
gravity
if I'm
still
being an
exists.
inconvenience, I'm fine with it.
Like when I say it's mostly dry, it's like it's pretty much bone dry at the moment. Like
Yeah, but I'm extra. I'm not going to walk anywhere that I think
Very
might
well.
not be.
Adlana, just make me a quick perception check for your climb down. Like it's not difficult, but it's
Well, that's a 10 that I rolled, so probably 15.
okay. Cool. You had me worried for a minute there. Yeah, you kind of like your foot slips on a couple of rocks as you make your way down, but you make it down safely with no incidents. And you kind of like
I put my hand out to get Adlana. It's token because the weight difference is phenomenal, but I still put my hand out.
yeah, Adlana, you kind of like look out and down at the jagged rocks underneath and kind of just okay, good. That was lucky we didn't fall here. Very good. Okay. I tell you what. Do people want to take a very quick break here? Just because we've been going for almost 2 hours.
A wee and tea,
A
absolutely.
wee and tea. Should we say back here in 5 minutes? Just as a
Absolutely.
good place to break. So back here at 8:55
On the dot.
on the dot. Just so everyone knows in chat, we're going to do the be right back screen, but we're going to do a couple of minutes of ads just because that means if anyone joins, then they don't have to watch adverts when they join. So you're not going to be missing anything, but it just helps things out a bit. So apologies for any ads. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Liz. Yes, so we shall see you back here in 5 minutes. All right.
Bye.
And we're back.
Hi.
Look, it's us.
Hi.
We're still here. And so are you. That's great. I hope you're still here. Otherwise, I'm very sad. But
Otherwise,
you
who
won't
are you
know.
talking to?
Anyway, so when last we left off, our crew had entered the sewers, and the music changed.
So we knew it was serious.
Yes,
Is the music getting all musicy now?
No.
Nummy's rage quit. Okay, fair enough. I'd forgive her. So you are standing kind of like in the entryway to this passage that leads off into darkness. Is there anyone who can't see in the dark?
Dark or dim light?
Darkness. Everyone can see in dim light. Darkness.
I can't.
Do I
Okay.
notice Diddy kind of stumbling around a little bit?
I mean,
Because if-
possibly not many more than normal. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. If I do, I do my best to fit Diddy into these sort of mystical-looking goggles. Like at this, like so we're like sharing an eyepiece each. It probably won't work. I'm not expecting it to work, but I try and give like two people sharing one pair of rollerblades. It's not very efficient.
I mean,
Okay.
Do we not just have a torch?
5 intelligence checks, please.
I mean,
don't
I'm not blaming Pong for this.
Okay.
When did he like realize? Wait, he doesn't have a torch. Oh wait, is there a torch in the explorer's pack?
So, did you bring your pack with you? Did you climb
Yes.
down a cliff face with your pack on?
Yes.
I see. Very well.
Although, in all fairness, once did he realizes like everyone else is walking around absolutely fine in the darkness, he doesn't want to admit that he can't see. So he's going to like somehow try and stumble along and pretend he can see.
Very well. The rest of you, you see that the passage in front of you leads away into darkness, to the range of your dark vision, whatever that may be. And Diddy, you see darkness, endless darkness peering back into your soul.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Has he accidentally walked into me?
That's a good point, actually. We should get a marching order, please.
I'm on the wall. It doesn't matter.
I
I
assume I'm
assume
behind Serena.
I'd assume I'd be at the front.
He's at the back trying to hope he's just going to bump into someone at some point.
Okay. Well, okay. Make a deception check to try and convince everyone that you're absolutely fine and you know exactly where you're going. Walking in darkness. 7. You bump into Pong multiple times.
I take it as a gesture of friendship.
You're being jostled in the dark, Dizzy. You
Yeah.
don't know who's doing it. You don't know why.
A whisper of Pong.
I assume an insight roll of 23 would be enough to recognize that Diddy has no fucking clue where he's going.
It's higher than 7, yes.
And just kind of hand him a torch.
Very well. Diddy, you have a torch, should you wish to light it.
Sorry, a lit torch. I'm not trusting Diddy to. I'm not trusting Diddy with matches.
Very
I'm
well.
surprised you're trusting him with a lit torch.
Yeah, you light a torch, hand it back to him, and
Has it got safety glass around it?
You can extinguish stuff with prestidigitation, can't you? So if it gets out of hand, I can just.
this is
Turn it
true.
off.
You can snuff out a candle.
Yeah, I'll take the fun away if he doesn't behave.
Very well. You make your way down the passageway. And just you walk for not very far. It's obviously it's not a particularly long distance because you're doing like a beeline
for where basically the grate was. It is a single passageway. There isn't a network of passages because there's a single building on top of a cliff. It's a single pipe. It goes one way.
Perfect.
What you find is you find the point where you see that the grate would descend down into. Looks very much like a pipe. However, as you're walking along, on the corners of your perception, you see. In fact, Adlana, you're going first. Make a perception check with disadvantage. Oh, hang on, you've got a torch out. Make a perception check. Regular.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, I was gonna say I've got dark vision, but
Wait,
well,
are
I
we
mean,
saying
that's not a good one.
are we saying dark vision means you can see in darkness?
Yes.
Yes, but you still have disadvantage on perception checks.
Because
Oh,
it counts
then-
as dim light.
Then yes, I can see in darkness.
Oh, cool. Well, in that case, you probably wouldn't have been bobbling around. Someone wouldn't have lit a torch, in which case, Adlana, make it with disadvantage. It's up
I
to
mean,
you whether
that's
you want to
not-
light a torch or not.
It's
'Cause,
not
yeah.
gonna make much difference. Yeah, it's a 9 either way.
A 9, okay. Just as you're about to... your dark vision's probably, what, 60 feet? 90 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of hit the 60 feet mark. You see the grate appear, like the gap where the grate would be appear, and then just as you kind of like take a couple of steps further, something else pops into your vision and kind of like looms out of the darkness. It looks like a figure.
Don't know now.
Like humanoid.
You can't see at this range. It's very dark. It's far away. You'd see a shape. It looks vaguely figure-ish. How vague
well,
can you be?
Okay. Okay. Maybe to rephrase the question, could the vague blob be interpreted as humanoid?
It doesn't look like a blob. It looks like the vague shape of a figure. You're quite far away. I'm just giving you the opportunity to like stop dead should you wish to do so.
I don't know. I guess the question is, if I wanted to interpret it as humanoid,
Yeah, like you know when
I
you see stuff
could.
at night, you wake up from a dream and you see stuff at the end of your bed, and your brain just makes it go, "Oh, that looks like a person." It's
yeah,
that. It's that kind of
not
thing.
saying it is humanoid.
Yeah,
But I could interpret it.
certainly could.
At which
yeah.
point I could then sensibly say, just call out to it. Hey there, buddy. How's it going?
Your voice echoes down the large metal cylinder that you're in. Hey, buddy. And there is seemingly no reaction.
Adlan, are you all right?
Oh, I just saw a thing at the end.
Pong?
I thought it looked like a person.
I
If
lean
we'll-
around Adlana and like have an eye.
Cool. Yeah. If anyone who would care to look, perception check with disadvantage.
This is going to go well. Not bad. No, it's bad. 4.
Okay.
Cool. Vaguely human-y shape blur, but not really.
15 for Diddy.
15. Okay. Diddy, you see a slightly more distinct shape. You can see exactly where it is. It hasn't moved at all. You can't tell quite what it is, but you aren't wholly convinced that it's a person. Sirena?
I got the same as Diddy, so I assume I'd see
Oh,
the same.
yeah. You kind of
I was
like...
trying to do maths.
Your natural skepticism is shining through in your dark vision, and you're like, that's probably not a person. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's in a sewer, but probably not a person.
Adlan, I don't think there's anyone here except us. Can we just walk towards it? Let's just find out what it
I
is.
follow Serena as she walks
Yeah.
towards it.
I mean, that was gonna be my suggestion anyway.
Okay.
Only one way to find out.
You begin walking forwards, and you find yourself, as you gradually start to approach the grate, it becomes clearer that it is, what it looks like is some kind of small horned creature. Got limbs, arms, kind of like legs, vaguely humanoid but small.
almost like a kind of like a horned goblin or something like that, and it seems to be sat on a kind of rock. But it's also keeping very still.
I'm scared. Pong trembles a bit.
Strange thing. Hi.
So you're about 30 feet away. Are you getting
Oh.
closer?
Yeah.
Cool. Very well. You get within about 10, 15 feet. And this thing, you look at it and it looks almost lifelike. But it seems to be carved out of stone of some kind. And as you get within about 10 feet of it, there's this sudden, it's very slight, it's almost imperceptible sound of just like a...
I walk with Serena as she moves towards it.
Okay. So, sorry, remind me, we didn't have lights on, we're all doing dark vision. Okay. As you get closer, it's only then that you can really see that something has been like carved in to the stone that the thing is sitting on. And it's kind of like sat there, it's got little bare teeth, it's very... It's almost demonic, but it's more animalistic.
Would you say gargoyle-esque?
Kind of, but lesser. If you had if there was such a thing as a lesser gargoyle, it'd be that. It'd be more like it's very much that kind of vibe though, and it seems to be very finely carved. Sorry, and you. Sorry.
I shake my head. I don't like this. Ugh, Pong. Ugh.
As you do so, Serena, you make out the words. If you wish to proceed, then my interest must peak. You must give unto me something truly unique. So at this point, several things start happening. Serena, you look at the floor in front of this creature, and it's like there is a false floor there. Like you can clearly see that something isn't right. There's a clear disparity between the metal and then what is in front of this creature. The other thing that happens is liquid starts to rain from the ceiling, not just from out of the grate, but this liquid just starts to like spatter down and gradually almost starts to fill the pipe. Who's at the back? Diddy, you just do a quick cursory glance around as you start to feel this liquid just start to pelt down and almost sting, and you look round and you see that the liquid, as it piles up and gets basically up to the point of your shoes, it's not going any further than a certain point. It's like there is some kind of force field that has blocked off one part of the tunnel. And as you do so, you hear this kind of like, you look down and you hear this hissing noise as your shoes are starting to dissolve. The rest of you also have this kind of like sudden like hissing noise. You get the feeling that you are in a time pressured situation and you might need to do something to rectify it.
Oh, I wish I could read.
Okay. The thing, the plinth thingy it's on says we need to give it something unique.
Mm-hmm. You can see it's like hands are extended almost like in a terrible gesture or put something in my hands type thing.
Oh.
Has anyone got any ideas?
I mean, got a couple of things on me that would be unique. Like they wouldn't
I
be
mean,
valuable.
I'm always ready to
Okay.
blood sacrifice myself. Like I'll just drip a little bit of blood in there. That's pretty unique.
I start like tearing through my backpack looking at things.
As this does, the liquid is now filled to about the point of your shins.
Oh dear.
And
Oh
I've
dear.
got leather boots on.
you take 2 points of acid damage.
All
What
of
if I
us.
What if I got
All
leather
of you.
boots? I've got leather
Uh,
boots on.
Yeah, it's
What?
reached to the point of your shin. It's kind of like flowing into.
They're
It's.
like knee-high leather pirate boots.
You still take 2 points of acid damage.
Would I have taken damage if I'd been like making sure that I'm not standing in it because I can walk on walls?
Have you been? Yeah, were you walking on the wall when you
I
were
was
doing this?
walking on the wall initially,
I know you were.
but like
I was going to say, if you
if I
tell
was going
me.
to say if it started filling up, I
Yeah.
feel like I would be like, yeah, no, I'm not walking in this shit.
Okay. In which case, we'll call it 1 point because things have been like dripping on you. But yeah, for the purposes of this, we'll say that
Okay.
yeah, you're standing on the wall, but it's very quickly filling up, and you can see that ahead of you, it's also there's this similar like force field thing where it's just filling a very small portion of the tunnel.
I pull there's a small ring out of my bag. It's poorly made. It is gold, but it's poorly made. And I put that in the hands.
Okay.
It is for the DM. It's just a ring I stole many years ago off a clan of orcs.
Okay. Would it be described in any way as unique?
It was the ring held by the leader of the clan called Clan Auric.
Okay.
I mean, certainly not mass produced.
Okay, but
up
it is
to you,
just
though.
it is just a golden ring. Like it's not like the first thing you ever stole.
It's got a signet in it, but it's not like it doesn't have super high significance to me personally. No,
Okay.
it's a trinket from my adventures.
Okay. It rests in the hand of this creature, and nothing seems to happen.
Pong!
Gonna
I climb up onto the side of the statue.
Okay, easy enough. You're out of the liquid for now, but it's gonna fill up the tunnel pretty quickly. Okay.
yeah, from like under cloaks, we'll pull out like a little kind of wooden carved deer that my partner had made for me before I disappeared off on some adventure at some point. Or when she disappeared on some adventure at some point, and kind of pull that off and place in.
Okay, so this is like a
The only
hand
one she's
carved
ever
deer
made.
thing.
So
Yeah. Okay, I would like you to make. We'll call this a charisma persuasion check. You place the deer, and you're trying to imbue your emotion into what you. It is relatively simple, but it is also unique. You know, you're trying to convince the statue.
well, I mean, it's only a 9, so
Okay. It sits there with the golden ring. Nothing seems to slow. At which point... Where are we going? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, lucky you. Anyone who stood in the acid, so not Seren, so that'd be Diddy or Ilana, you take 2 further points of acid damage, and that could have gone much worse for you because I rolled 2 ones.
Oh.
Diddy walks up to this statue, and do you remember the really bejeweled cowboy hats that he got for his birthday?
Oh my.
Yes, I do.
He takes that off from his hat tower, and he sort of walks up, lips trembling, and tears filling up in his eyes, and places it in the gargoyle's hands.
As he does that, can I make a sleight of hand check, please?
I
would like to. I see the emotion in Diddy's face. I get the idea that they're trying to give things that mean lots to them. I understand it now, and I want to Indiana Jones style replace it with the straw hat that Diddy gave to me, the one off my head.
Okay.
I want to whip his hand away and be like, no, take this instead.
You want him to give the straw hat instead of the jewel.
Well, I want to put it down on there because I'm like, oh, this means a lot to me. This was given to me by my best friend ever, Diddy.
Okay.
That I met, I'd say like a few hours ago.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And I get it now. I get it. No, save that for yourself. And that's what as fast as I can.
Okay. Diddy make... So this will be a perception check versus sleight of hand.
Best of luck, Diddy. 22.
22.
And it's a bad roll.
You place the hat
23
down.
even, 23.
You place the hat down in the hands of the creature, and you see the air start to shimmer when all of a sudden, it's like, wait, that's not my hat. Suddenly there's this straw hat replaced where your piece of gorgeous headjoy is now no longer. You turn around, you see Pong holding this hat, glittering, his eyes brimming, and the acid continues to fill the tunnel.
Oh no.
Look, I have had my dagger in my hand,
Wait,
ready
does my hat not work? My hat
The
doesn't
hat
stop
didn't
it.
work, unfortunately. You saw something begin to work as Diddy placed the unique item into the hat.
It has to be. It has to be.
It's
Diddy's
not
hat.
just emotional sentiment, unfortunately.
It has to be. It has to be Diddy.
I look really sad, and I put the hat on.
I mean, does it? Because I'm about to
Okay.
blood, and like, not only is it unique because it's my blood, like it's no one else's blood. I was turned into a Damphir by the demon lord Grants. Like, that's pretty fucking special. So
I
I'm just
mean-
gonna.
Let's do the hat first.
I was going to
They
say
never
this.
let me do this. They never let me blood.
This is all happening at one
sacrifice
point.
shit.
Okay, here's
They
how we're
never
going to do.
let me blood sacrifice this.
Serena, I would like you to roll me 1d4 and then add your strength modifier to it. That's how much damage you're going to take.
You cut your own fingers off.
Everyone else, because this is kind of happening all very simultaneously, Pong, you pick up the hat, you see that it's not going to work, you go to place, but then you see Serena just jabbing herself on the palm and kind of like bleeding onto a statue.
Please,
I'm
I
like this.
know how to do blood sacrifice.
no, I'm
Jab in
obvious-
my palm.
Yes, I apologise.
Outrageous.
You're right, it was foolish of me.
Yes.
Everyone else, we're going to say that you're taking a little bit of damage in the meantime. Okay, thank you. You take 7 points of damage.
Am I still out of the acid clinging to the side of the statue?
Yeah, you would just be out of the acid. Oh no, hang on. If you swiped up a hat,
I'm like up high.
You can be on top of the statue holding a hat. That's
I
fine.
mean,
yeah.
I was kind of envisaging that if it came to it, I can walk on top of things.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of imagining myself sort of crouched out of the way on the roof, and if it came to it, I could
Yes.
grab Pong anyway off of the top of the statue.
That's fine.
Adorable.
However,
Adorable.
Diddy and Edlana have been stood in the acid as it rises.
Yeah.
How high is it
fine.
now? Like, is Diddy like completely underwater?
It's kind of like up to your neck.
I wouldn't breathe, basically. Diddy.
yeah.
Don't inhale at this point.
And so this happens. Yeah, you take 7 points of acid damage, and as you basically go to swap the hat back in, you see Serena just blood sacrifice on her hand, and kind of like very dramatically, blood spatters into the hands of the imp, and you see it kind of like almost swim and pool in the air and just kind of congeal into a bloody mass that floats around for a second before it shimmers and then vanishes. And as this happens, there's a very brief flash of light, and you see that the area where the ground was that looked wrong seems to become porous, and the liquid just drains very, very quickly away into this kind of almost porous rock before becoming entirely open. And there is now a large dark hole before you, leading downwards.
Pong.
Is the imp statue still holding the other things that were put in it?
Yeah, all of the other things apart from the blood are still there.
In which case, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
pretend
take my hat in the
take
ring,
cover.
and I hand Diddy back the hat. I'm like, Pong.
Diddy takes his hat and then gives Pong a massive hug.
Yeah.
You bump hats as you
It's
hug.
It's an adorable hug. It's like two kids at nursery saying bye to each other. It's really cute.
Oh.
And like it's the first day as well, but like they've become really
They're
good
going to be
friends.
best friends forever.
They're going to be best friends forever.
Just before we go down, the okay.
Yeah,
I
go
can't
on.
phrase
Talk
that
your
really.
way out of that sentence, Tex. Go on, finish that.
Before progress is made, I am
Still sexy in my
going
head.
to use the paladin ability of lay on hands
Mm.
to heal myself for 11 points and Diddy for 11 points.
Thank you.
Adorable.
Very good. Yeah, totally
Oh,
fine.
I took 5 points of damage cutting myself open, just so you know.
Pong is looking fresh. 2
Atlana
points.
says, okay.
Also, the blood didn't splurt everywhere. Like,
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
stupid. I know how to do this shit. It dripped down when I clenched my fist.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't say it spattered. Someone else did.
I know this is out of game, but like I've never understood why they do it on the hand. That seems like the worst place.
No, it is the worst.
Yeah.
place.
It seems like a terrible
You do it on
decision.
another place.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I'm extra and I'm not undressing.
And there's magical healing in this world. It's not like you constantly
Yeah,
have
sure.
to like,
that makes a good point. That makes a
write
good
or
point.
use a pen or something with a
Yeah.
clashed hand. Write or use a pen because
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
mean, I
well,
guess if
you-
you're writing in your
you-
own blood, maybe.
It doesn't have.
Yeah,
it didn't,
I'm
didn't say what you're using the pen for either. So you know.
I'm like wrapping something around my cut open hand.
It
Oh,
is
sorry,
made of
I just
silk
assumed that-
because you have silk handkerchiefs to wrap around your hand.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming that's pleasing.
I'm confused. What?
I'm assuming Serena would have like a silk handkerchief to wrap around her hand rather than.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, just whatever.
Anyway, there's a big hole in the ground.
Gonna climb down.
Yep.
Ah, very well.
What do we see down this hole?
You see in front of you that there is basically a hole that leads down, but there's a slight ledge in front of you that looks like it could fit maybe 2 people, and before it goes off into darkness, and you can see that the kind of the walls of this cave, it's going down into like bedrock, and you can see that this rock has been like eaten away. Basically, it's all very smooth. It's like it's been eroded, conceivably
Indeed.
by acid.
Conceivably by some. Please, don't speak too soon. I continue conceiving nothing. I gesture to the Pong, and like me go down.
I mean, I can go with because I can just walk on anything. It's great.
Yeah, that's fair.
I start to ascend to attempt to descend into the darkness.
Okay. I mean, you can jump down 10 feet onto the ledge. It's easy enough, like without even
Yeah.
worrying about it. You just kind of like jump down, clamber. And Serena's going as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
What can I see at this point?
What you can see at this point is unfortunate if you can't read.
Yeah.
What you can
Has
see
someone been doing those funny drawings again?
is a lever.
Oh.
And Serena, as soon as you get down there, you can instantly see this as well. There's a big old lever, traditional kind of like Frankenstein dealimable. And underneath it, written in just common, it says, the excellent joyous amusement slide.
God, I wish I could read. Serena wouldn't have even had time to pause to think about it, and I'd have pulled that fucking lever so hard.
I was just wondering if you were going for some kind of weird acronym, but you're not. Excellent, joyous amusement shoot would have been quite funny.
Oh, yeah. It would have been.
Wait. So this is on the ledge with us.
Yes.
Hey, Punk. Do you want to pull a lever?
Okay. Oh, I don't say okay. I say Pong. And
It means okay.
yeah, it means okay, and I yoink that lever.
Okay.
Wrong lever.
Can I get dexterity saving throws from both of you, please?
Oh, prepare to be amazed. Also, if this is damage causing, I've got some stuff to negate that.
Also, if it's only 10 feet down from where I'm stood, would that be within 10 feet? I guess they're heads, because obviously the ledge is. 10
Yeah,
feet
let's say
down,
for the
but-
purpose of this, yes.
Which probably both get +4 on
I
top
got
of.
beautiful. Oh, and I got a +4 on top of this.
Yeah.
28 on my saving throw.
You instantly just press yourself back against the wall. You kind of like see the angle of the rock change to a dramatic angle, and you just push yourself back and resist the urge to slide.
Okay.
I got a 9.
A 9. Serena, You find yourself flying off into darkness.
Amazing.
Down an incredible.
Can we retcon that? I said pull the lever, punk, and then yell wrong.
Wrong lever! I didn't even know why we have this lever.
You find yourself hurtling through the darkness. Basically, you fly off and then find yourself going down almost like this toboggan chute type style ride as you just kind of wind through the stone.
This is great.
This sounds
This is
sick.
the best.
I'm sad.
I'm so glad no one can see how much I'm
sad to
enjoying
have
this because it would
succeeded in my
ruin my
dex.
aesthetic.
Yes, you find yourself and you just erupt into a room formed of like natural stone that has also been eaten away in a very similar kind of fashion. You managed to, we'll say,
Pong?
we'll say you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you fly out in an awkward angle. That's your failed save. But you are, it seems relatively safe apart from that. There's just a bit of a drop and you flew off and kind of tumbled into the rock.
Yeah.
Also, I
Like
rolled
coming off a
well.
water slide at a bad
Yeah.
angle.
Exactly.
I'm assuming Diddy.
Serena uses a bonus action to unwedgie herself.
No one can see that I look a mess. It's fine.
I'm assuming Diddy saw
cunning
Serena
action.
just like disappear.
Yes, yeah, everyone saw it. It was quite obvious.
I yelled. Oh, sorry.
Diddy just sees Serena disappear and takes like 2 steps back, runs, does a flip, and tries to go headfirst down into it.
You're just diving into the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like trying to like stick it as he realizes it's like a slide,
Okay, sure. Yeah, just quick acrobatics check.
going headfirst down into it.
Head first. Okay.
That came out of the dice tray. Stop pulling out the dice tray.
Okay.
That is 21.
Okay, cool. I was going to say, I was trying to work out what do we do for a low roll. Basically, you dive in with no issue. And it is, you slide down. It's an incredibly fun water slide, basically, or toboggan, all of that kind of thing. You see the end coming up, and just as you are about to fly into the opposite wall, you kind of just push off from the ground and manage to do a little flip and just kind of like land, 3-point landing, and you manage to avoid smashing into the far wall.
As he's going down like past Pong in the speed. Pong, you should come.
I hear that, and I follow. I jump in. I don't go for a fancy flip though. I just like 2 foot straight down.
Okay, that's fine. You've already passed your save, so you can just, and you kind of like, yeah, you slide out of the end of the hole, land safely next to Diddy.
Giggling like a fucking child, loving every second of it.
Okay, Adlana, you're alone in a tunnel.
Hong! I yell up the tube.
Yeah, at which point I just kind of look around, just kind of shrug and just jump down. Well, I'll probably jump down onto the ledge and then from there, jump down onto the slide.
Okay, very good. As you do, like you jump off the ledge and you see the ledge itself just reset and the lever just go back to its original position as it kind of fades out of your sight, and you slide down this passageway. Are you trying to do anything fun with the landing or anything to that?
Nope.
Okay, just give me an acrobatic check, see how you do.
Actually, not anything. What am I with acrobatics? Oh, not too bad actually. 15 total.
15. Yeah, you land without issue onto a pile of Diddy and Pong.
I love every second of it. It's
Okay.
fucking brilliant. It's the best.
While everybody came down the slide, I was just stood at the side, presumably having had time to recompose myself. I'm just stood at the side, kind of with my hands clasped, like
Pretending you're not winded. Like,
it's fine. I'm fine.
I'm looking for
I'm
the
fine.
stairs. I'm looking for the stairs. I'm kind of want to go again. Like, how do I get back up there? This is great. It's amazing.
There don't seem to be any, strangely, though you could conceivably climb up this thing.
No. This slide is for going down. That's been established. Stairs up, slide down. That's what I'd like.
Very good.
That's what level 5 intelligence.
Yeah.
You can just about establish.
Yeah, I've established that.
Stairs up, slide down.
Yep.
That's
Mm.
it.
At least going to try and look around for not stairs, but other things that might be of interest.
Easy enough to spot, seeing as there's pretty much only one thing. You are currently in a cavern formed of natural rock that's been very much eaten away and made smooth by whatever it is. What you can see is like the rock above you is kind of very rough and natural. It looks like there was some kind of natural fissure here before, and it's just kind of eaten part of it away. And in front of you, you can see a large building made. It's like what it goes right to the wall of the cavern. Essentially, it's like someone's put a wall across the cavern. So it starts in this kind of natural stone, and then you can see this doorway made of wood, and like there's glass windows and things everywhere, seemingly pointless. It's very reminiscent of Bloodborne, if you've ever played that. It looks like old Yharnam architecture, very gothic, and seemingly pointless in terms of its architectural
Oh.
style.
Just describe
so-
me.
sorry,
Gothic and seemingly pointless.
I object. So that is what you see. There is a front door, and there do seem to be 2 windows on either side. However, they seem to be quite obscured. Like they look like they've got, I don't know, a lot of dust on them, or haven't been cleaned in a long time. Grime. Who's to say?
Well, I'm meander up and just start wiping a window. I'm totally having a look in here.
Okay. You wipe. Some of the grime comes away, though it does look like the grime is largely on the inside.
Oh, tough on grime, tough on the causes of grime.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, very good. So the building's in one piece, yeah?
Yeah, totally fine.
In which case, I'm going to just go and try the front door.
Okay. You open the front door. It is not locked. Nobody dies.
Awesome. I'll
This is
walk in.
unlike any D&D game I've ever played before. What's happening?
Just have a look around, see what's inside.
I follow, just behind.
I go, Adlana, is it safe to come in?
Probably.
Okay. We'll
Paul.
start.
And,
You open the front door. The wooden door swings open in front of you. The corridor before you looks unnervingly normal. There's like wooden floors with a rug laid over the top to kind of, keep things nice and looking nice. Wooden paneling. There's a bit of wallpaper on either side. There are a series of doors from right to left throughout the corridor. But what draws your attention is the door at the far end of the corridor. It is slightly more ornate than the rest of them. It's got a little arch over the top with like a glass window that you can look through if you're a giant, I guess.
Are there any like objects around? Any like? It sounds like the sort of. This sounds like a hallway that might have like just stuff on a shelf.
I know what you mean. It sounds like it should have like a little coffee table or something with a vase on it.
Maybe some like some like stone elephants that someone brought back from holiday. That sort of vibe.
There seems to be nothing. It seems to be nothing but the essentials.
It's wallpapered though. My God.
Yeah, terrible textured
That's a
wallpaper.
choice.
The slide has taken us to the 70s.
If we went a straight line down to the fancy door at the end, would that take us over the rug?
The rug's kind of like at the beginning, yeah. So it's like a little bit of an entryway rug, like you'd normally have to wipe your feet on or whatever, so you didn't track dirt inside the house.
is it a welcome mat? It doesn't say welcome on it.
It doesn't say welcome on it. It's more of a fancy version of a welcome mat.
Oh, okay, fine. In which case, yeah. Just kind of slightly meanderingly, like poke around a bit, but kind of make my way down towards the fancy door.
Okay.
I'm still stood on the doorstep waiting for an explicit invitation.
Oh,
Mm.
sorry. Yeah, come in, Serena.
Thank you.
I'm claiming ownership of this place now.
Squatters' rights.
Exactly.
Diddy sees the ornate door at the end
Mhm.
and just bolts from the front door towards the ornate door.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Pong, what's Pong doing?
Pong's been in experiences like this before. Pong is bracing himself to save Diddy from the trap that Diddy sets up.
Excellent. I would like Adlana and Diddy. Serena, you're probably a little bit behind, so we'll say not you or Pong. I'd like both of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Is Diddy within 10 feet of me?
We'll say at this point, yeah, for the purposes of this.
Cool. In which case, that is a 12.
I mean, I
12?
get +4 as from being in 10. Yeah.
Fucking love that aura.
It's good.
It's brilliant. It's so
Um,
good.
That is with my dex and the +4, 28.
Cool, that's a success. Diddy, you feel the floor begin to give way beneath you. And you essentially turn it into a big old long jump. You kind of like lift your feet up and you find yourself almost at the far end of the hallway. You turn around and look and see Adlana has just fallen into, bearing in mind there's still no light here, it's just fallen into a pool of liquid.
A race to help.
As you race forward, Pong, what you see is this massive grill. The ceiling almost seems to fall away. It reveals itself to be like a false ceiling, falls to the side, and you see this grill of metal. It's like metal squares, you know, like a maths textbook, that kind of like grid, a metal grid,
Right. Yep.
with spikes fall and as it hits the surface of the liquid, just stops. Adlana, you find yourself underneath a spiky trap type thing that seems to have stopped moving from anywhere. It seems to be staying at the level of the liquid, should we say?
But holding Adlana under the liquid.
But holding Adlana under the liquid, like the spikes are spaced to the point where you'd have to, if you wanted to try and breathe, you'd have to impale yourself.
Oh, like in the Phantom of the Opera.
It's funny you say that. Yes, exactly like that. Except it's
How-
It's not going down under the water and trying to pin him against the floor.
How far down is this grill? Down this hole?
So the hole is at floor level.
The hole's at full level.
The
Okay,
grill is basically, you could walk on the grill.
I immediately drop to my knees and I get my blow dart gun out.
Okay.
And I like hold it down through the grill
Okay. Adlana, you see this grill.
and start banging.
How long is a blow dart gun? Is that about yay long?
Yeah, I'd have assumed about that. Yeah, you're sort of looking at probably about a foot, 10 inches. something like that.
Okay. You could conceivably use this, but it'll be a very careful thing to try and not spear your face. Because
Do
it's
you
like
prefer
it's
not
just
spearing
about
my
the right
face?
length.
I'm happy to do dex rolls to see if I can like hold it as low as possible but not let go of it. And this is good.
Okay. As this happens, Adlana, are you going to try and go for the air, or are you holding your breath for the moment?
Hold breath for a moment.
Okay. As you do this, make me a quick perception check. In fact, everyone, perception check Adlana with disadvantage because you're kind of in this murky water.
Uh, 16.
Okay, absolutely fine.
7 for Diddy.
That's
18.
fine. Okay. Pong?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
That's all right.
Pardon.
I mean, it might be that you're already doing something you're not paying attention. If that's up to you. If you want.
Yeah, I'm focusing on
Cool.
on this.
You're
I'm an
focusing on
idiot,
this.
dude. So I can't concentrate on more than two things. I'm Pong.
That's cool. You're trying your best, and you can see Edlana just kind of like floating underneath, trying to maneuver. When all of a sudden they look to the wall. Diddy, you're kind of like focusing down on Edlana as well, because obviously urgent situation, and you're slightly further away, and you're trying to work out whether it's safe to walk on this metal grid or not. Sirena, however, Sirena and Edlana, sorry, however, what you see is on the wall itself, next to where you are, both above and below the water, you see a sequence of letters appear in various colours. You see the letters L, E, and R appear in yellow. The letter E appear in green, and the letter D appear in yellow.
LER in yellow,
Mm-hmm.
and then
E in green, and then
E,
and then D in yellow.
D in yellow.
Okay. As this happens, I was going to say we're taking a little while. I'm just Edlana, just make me a quick Constitution saving throw to see how long you can maintain your breath, because you kind of like you plunged underwater unexpectedly. It's not like you were. See how much.
Sure. That is 23.
23. Okay. Well, say you kind of like as you went below the surface, you managed to get a good little gulp of air, so you'll be good for a minute, maybe more. But it's gonna start weighing on you quite soon, and it's quite hard to hold your breath, surprisingly.
But at least I
Pong!
can
Pong!
use the minute to more carefully position to get the blow dart to breathe right.
Okay.
Also than if I was doing it panicked.
Rashly, yeah.
Worth clarifying that this blowgun is not loaded. just you know, in case you ask me later, it's not loaded.
And that's the story of how I died of poison.
I've got nothing to bring to the table. I'm Pong.
I mean,
I've put a tube in a hole. I'm Pong. These letters that glowed, they glowed underwater and above water?
yeah, as in both Adlana and Sirena can read them.
Okay, but like, are they there's a copy of them above water level and there's a copy of them below water level.
There are.
Is that okay, right.
Sorry, that's a good point, actually.
L-E-R-E-D.
Adlana, one other thing you would have noticed is it's quite hard to see the tank you're in. It's basically the width and length of, not the hallway itself, but it's still quite sizable. But you can see, just based on your perception roll, they're not glowing, but weird little, almost like knobbles and kind of things sticking out from the wall. Things that define themselves as not being flush to the wall. And they pique your attention, that you can't quite see them.
Press the knobs. Press the knobs.
Yeah, in which case let's quickly swim over to them. See what I can see.
Cool. The first one you swim over to has the letter Q on it.
Cool. Next one.
You find one with the letter E on it.
L-E-R-E and D.
You start swimming round, and you begin to see that all of these that you kind of like, you find a number of different letters, as you might expect from the common alphabet, which for the purposes of this is the same as English.
Okay, cool. Anyone smart and know what this would be an anagram for?
Sunny Sonny's got an idea. Pong.
Oh, gonna quickly try. So press the E1, the
Okay.
L1, the D1, the E1, the R1.
As you do so, the letters change in color so that E, L, D, E, R, they all become green. And you hear this kind of like clanking as the grate slowly begins to lift off the pool. If anyone is standing on it,
Yep.
would you like to move? You certainly got ample
Yeah.
time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I withdraw the tube. And yeah, step off.
Okay.
This has good vibes.
Yes. As you do so, you see the ceiling that had fallen apart just and knit together, almost as if it had never been apart.
Wait, is Adlana out?
Adlana, yeah, you see the floor that had fallen away begins to start rising
Right.
up. And you kind of, as you see it coming towards you, Adlana, there's like a clear kind of lip where you can grab onto and pull yourself up and out just before it crushes you.
Pong.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, I found the trap.
I give Adlana a hug.
Obviously,
Yeah,
Pong's a lot shorter.
Yeah, so much shorter, and I assume I get soaking wet.
Yeah. Make a perception check. Pong.
Oh,
Hey,
I can use...
I'm rolling like fucking hot today. 16.
16. Familiar
Yeah.
smell.
Does it smell of the taste of purple?
It does.
Obviously, I lick Adlana.
I kind of back off. at
I
that point,
immediately lick
That's
Adlana.
a bit weird.
I immediately lick Adlana.
This is
Can
how we
I-
say This is how we say I'm pleased to see you in my
Okay,
family.
Can I use prestidigitation to dry people?
Yeah, if you'd like to. You-
Yeah, can I?
Yeah. Yeah, easy enough. You see the kind of like the purple liquid just slough off the side of anyone who is covered in it, and you strangely become clean. Also,
I'm like, look, I point at the purple liquid. I'm like, I point up, and then I lick my finger. I'm like, oh!
Oh, okay. I assume 17
Pong?
insight would be enough to understand what Pong's communicating.
yeah.
Oh, that's more of the purple liquid. This is connected. I don't know exactly how, but this is connected.
Pong, I
Yeah,
say
we're-
wisely.
We're on the right track.
So,
Wouldn't it be great if this was just a side thing, totally unrelated to the main
Yeah.
quest?
Completely
No,
Very
coincidental.
funny, to be fair.
Two different
if-
people who got their purple liquid from the same supplier.
if there was a trap before the door, should we be going through that door now, or is the
I reckon so.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably clear given that, we found the trap. We've dealt with it.
One trap per room, guys. Am I right? Let's go.
Exactly. Like, that was quite a complicated trap. Would someone build a room like this with multiple traps of that complexity?
Well, if there's
not.
4 of those all in one, and we have to do a Quordle trap, I'm going to be livid.
I'm so
A song starts playing, but only 1 second of a song.
You
Get
see the
back,
outline of a
Tara.
familiar country. It's a random fucking island. Certification.
I wish it wasn't 2 years since I read Phantom of the Opera because I'm really concerned about. Funny you should say that as a comment. Let's
Right.
just go through the door.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Diddy tries to open the door.
Okay. You take a quick look around. Establish what would trigger the trap, which was what triggered it the first time, and manage to avoid said trigger. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by telling you how it was done.
Of course, why
Um,
would you?
No.
Oh, I assumed the trap was triggered by pointing out that economic conditions now are very different to what they were 30 years ago. So assuming that people can buy houses.
Yes, quite. Yes, an evening of escapism. One and all.
Oh, God.
Great. You make your way to the end of the hallway, unperturbed by falling spiked grates or vats of purple jam.
Beautiful.
Always good.
Right, yeah. Head towards the fancy door.
Okay. Who's going first?
I'm
Diddy.
gonna lead. Oh, okay, right. Never mind. Diddy goes first.
Diddy was already on the side from his amazing long jump.
That is
Course,
true.
of course.
Diddy, you turn round, extend your hand, and place it upon the ornate knob of this almost Victorian door, painted in dark black, with the
I love a Victorian ornate knob.
yes, quite.
I regret saying that already.
I was going to say, please explain.
Someone clip that, please.
No, no one clipped that.
All right.
Everyone clip that.
You extend your hand, give it a little twist, and the door swings open before you. The room inside is pitch black still, with one exception. It is a huge room. All you can see, you're actually, the length of your dark vision is eclipsed by the end of this room. However, what you can see within, you see stacks and stacks of like books and papers and various other kind of like methods of imparting information, all piled on bookshelves and random desks and bits and pieces, all in kind of like little clusters and piles. In the center of this room, which you cannot see the end of, you can see a single beam of light. However, it doesn't seem to be falling from the ceiling. It seems to be rising from this, what you suspect is probably a stone basin or table of some kind.
I would like to move towards it carefully, cautiously.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
No, it's a 20.
Oh no. How sad for the rogue.
He only rolled a 9. Oh, what am I like?
You find yourself in front of said pedestal. It is comes up to about head height for you. It seems to be made for people of a medium build, shall we say, but you can just about like peek over the top, and you see that it is indeed a basin, and within it there is a single golden ring.
Ooh.
Looks fancy.
I am going to roll my own self-imposed wisdom check. I do not reach for the ring.
Okay.
as much as I think about reaching for the ring.
You
I
do
go,
see.
Pong, pong.
I was going to say, you do see from just being there that actually it is the ring itself that is kind of the emanation of the source of light.
Ooh.
Like, it's not something shining on it, it is shining.
Ooh. I look up to what it's shining to.
You look up, you can barely see the ceiling. It is that high. It's you can see that on either side it kind of like vaults together almost like a cathedral. However, it seems to be so high up that it is in almost pitch darkness at the apex.
What would happen if someone who could spider climbed up and spider climbed to look at it?
Are you wondering that aloud?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm telling the crew to come join me. Pong.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, but we should probably in order first. We'd have to obviously
Oh,
sneak
okay,
over to see
fine.
that.
Are you actually whispering?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, they're 60 feet away. It might have trouble hearing you.
I look. I'm being stealthy. Distance means nothing to me. I'm still
It's a
whispering.
stage whisper.
Pong. Pong. Maybe I can slowly get louder. Pong.
You see a frantic gesture and start to hear the word pong.
Yeah, I think we get the sense that,
Yeah.
and yeah, try and make our way carefully over.
Okay. Anyone who'd like to make a careful way over, make a stealth check.
Given that I have just yelled your name, like my name.
22.
Gaijin doesn't look happy about his stealth check.
No, it's not bad
All right.
because it's 24.
Ooh,
Cool.
damn.
What, 21?
Okay. You all
Wait,
find
on
yourself.
this round of stealth checks, the rogue was the least stealthy.
Yeah, the rogue with fucking
With
plus
a
11.
20.
Yeah, that's true.
You all find yourself around the basin, light reflecting into the face of those who are tall enough to look into it, and kind of just highlighting the hairline of those who are not.
like a little halo.
Pong. Pong. I do this, completely unaware. I look.
I try not to laugh. And yes, okay, yes, it's the ring. Did we get any descriptions from it, like from the guy? Like we did, but I've completely forgotten what he said.
Yes.
But presumably Adlana would have actually paid attention.
So yeah, let's say there was a sketch in the record that you look of, like the signing in document, and it looks exactly like that. There's a little kind of like diamond-like looking thing embedded in it, and it looks like it's like the metal's grown around it, and it's very clearly the same ring.
I mean, this is the ring.
Well, them all, is it?
I put my. I'm like holding my hand. I'm like, Pong.
I mean,
No one's stopping me. I'm slowly moving towards it.
we can either not spend an age looking around, probably find out what happens if we take it, and be sensible and defuse it, or
We have
we
got
can just take it and find out what happens.
Yeah, we've got very little time left because we are hitting 10 o'clock, and I'd like to.
In which case, let's just take it and see
I
what
pick up the
happens.
ring.
Cool. Okay,
I don't even let Adlana finish talking. Just okay.
we are going to
Yoke.
slightly motor through this, so don't worry too much. However, so as Pong extends a finger and as it brushes the ring, you see it explode in. Hear me out here. Explode and just bounce up and spring into 2 items, and then into another 2, and then a third, and fourth. So you now see that within this basin there are now 6 rings.
Pong's mind has been blown. He looks at his finger, thinking, "I did this. What else can I touch?" I touch myself.
Cool. You do not explode.
Disappointing. Extremely disappointing. I look at the rest. I'm like, Pong?
Oh, I mean, I'm tempted to just try and take one of the rings and see what happens.
Okay, are you going to do it?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Okay. You reach your hand in. It brushes one of the rings. Doesn't explode. As you kind of like lift it up, kind of very much borrow me, it's a gift type, looking at this ring.
Of course.
You hear a deep laugh erupt from a portion of the room that you have not yet ventured to, and you're just this deep.
Evil villain laugh.
Yeah, very much
Alright.
evil villain.
Okay.
My cloak moves backwards as my hand moves to my rapier, and my other hand moves to my hand crossbow.
You see a very subtle move in the darkness as something walks down the side of the wall on the opposite side of the room to you, from the vaulted ceiling, just walks down, and you see it just almost like backflip onto the floor. It looks like a humanoid shape, but it's larger. And its head, as it comes into vision, almost looks like it's got like a grill on the front of a helmet. It's a very weird look. However, you can see that underneath it, it's got this kind of jaw that moves in and out that kind of makes you think that it's part of its actual physiology. And it's got these long, disjointed hands that kind of just weave and arc around and like make little wrapping together gestures, and very, very Mr. Burns-esque, and kind of like constantly moving around and flowing. Its legs are also very long and kind of gangly. It's a very strange looking creature. And it says, finally, I have managed to create replicas of a truly unique item. I've used your desire to reacquire the ring, to split it, once again. And you see it extend a finger, and it's got a copy of the ring on its finger.
Says, ah, yes, the original, the truly valuable version, created by Purist Funge. And only I hold the original, for I am the only one that is untarnished by Funge. I hold the true elderly ring. And I
For
would like us.
fuck's sake!
This feels like a really weird mishmash of
Yeah, it is. It's
of lore and jokes and
yep. And I will point out that I wrote this before Sunny was going to be on. Yes. So you're now in a fight with the unfungible. I'd like everyone to roll quick initiative, please.
Yeah.
That should be, 13.
18 for me, please.
10 for Diddy, please.
So 18 was Pong,
Mhm.
13 was Adlana,
Mhm.
10 was Diddy, and Serena, what did you get?
21.
21. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. So, first up is Sirena. What would you like to do? This creature is about 30 to 40 feet away from you. It seems to be kind of like stalking its way through these piles of papers and books and things. And it seems to mean you harm.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Is it pretty far away from everyone?
You're all stood around the base and you're in roughly the same place. Clumped, if you will.
An easy target, if you will. An AoE spell away from death, if you will.
Yeah, why not? It's a classic. Can I cast Shatter on it?
Yes, you can indeed. What is that in terms of spell save?
Oh, so it is a Constitution save against a 15.
Oh, that's a natural 19, I'm afraid, but still, I think it takes half
It gets
damage.
half damage, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, I should have said I was casting it at level 3, so it's 4d8. So it's that halved, isn't
That's
it?
okay. I mean, we're going for a rush version, it's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I know. I'm slow. Where the hell is my d8? That's a d8, moron. Sorry, I'm telling myself off. It 8 in total because I rolled 16.
Okay, sure. So it takes 8 points of damage, and you kind of just see the books and scrolls around it just explode into this cloud of parchment, and it fills with dust, and you hear kind of like coughing.
Oh. Yeah, like the way I cast Shatter as well, because I'm extra,
Of course.
is by like singing a very, very, very high note.
Yeah, sure. The parchment explodes from the force of your voice. Normal people just do it with glass. You do it with anything.
No.
Totally fine. Excellent. It is now the lair action. For you are within the lair of the unfungible.
Oh no.
Um,
It must be funged.
Funge. Do.
it's going to use its legend. It's going to use its lair action. Squall and his teacup mansion funge you up. I would like everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes.
And we're all still clumped
Shit.
up, right?
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, fuck's sake, why am I rolling so badly on saving throws? I mean, it's 10.
Sorry.
Go on, Pong.
14 for me.
15 for Diddy.
Okay.
Is Adlana inspired by their own aura?
Oh, do we get bonuses from Adlana's aura on this?
Yeah, so you'll all get
Oh,
plus
shit.
4.
Oh, in which case, 18 for me.
19
Okay.
for me.
Well, that's much better. Well done,
Oh,
everyone.
including me. Sorry.
Yeah, you
is
get
it-
your own bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case I should have.
If you can't
probably
love
saved on the
yourself,
previous one.
Adlana.
Anyway, okay, that's 14.
14. Well done. You're the only person who failed. But I'm very glad that someone did. So everyone else is kind of like darting around and moving in very unusual ways. Adlana, you're kind of like focusing in, just kind of going, oh, what are we going to do here? And just when you feel almost this like tap on your shoulder, and as you do so, you kind of like turn around to have a look at what it is. And as you do so, you feel this kind of like hoik of a tentacle as this strand of funge that you've been swimming in previously has just hoiks you into the air. You are currently grappled and kind of like flailing about. You can still do everything, you just can't move.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, and it is now Pong's turn.
I would like to move into a position where I am sort of. I'd like to kind of move around slightly, but keep it within sort of 25 foot of me.
Easy enough, yeah.
But so I'm not standing right next to my pals. And then I would like to swing my light crossbow off my backpack and wang an arrow towards it, please.
Sure, yeah, go for it. You,
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, you don't have anything that would give you sneak attack on this, do you, at the moment?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Not
that's
yet.
cool. Just checking.
26 to hit though.
26 will hit.
Beautiful. And 1d8 plus 5, that is 9 damage.
Okay, sounds good. So I think so. Using your hand.
and then bonus action.
Yeah,
I would like to use my cunning action, bonus action, to hide, please, in behind a pile of paper.
Yeah, there are pillars and piles of paper everywhere. You can do that. Make us a quick stealth check.
Absolutely. That is a 18.
Okay, as far as you're aware, you're hidden.
Fabulous.
Okay. Next up, we have Adlana. You are dangling from a tentacle. You can either choose to try and free yourself, which will take your action to do, or you can do like a spell or something if you've got any spells prepared.
I think I'll try and ungrapple myself as the action then.
Okay, yeah, make an athletics check. Or an acrobatics check if you'd prefer.
For an athletics check. That's 22.
22. You...
Sorry, that's 24.
24. Okay.
I'm not sure that makes
No,
sense.
you're right. 24 doesn't. You basically take your weapon of some kind. I can't remember what you use.
Longsword.
Longsword. You basically twist around and wick through the tentacle, falling neatly to the ground, just righting yourself and kind of going, "Ha, I'm ready for action." Is there anything else you'd like to do?
So I've still got bonus action, yeah?
Yep.
In which case I'd like to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Yes, it's range of 60 feet, right?
I think so.
It's definitely 60 or 30, right?
60 feet.
Yeah, cool. You can appear it like right next to where it is.
Oh, so it's 60 feet away.
It's about 60 feet away from where you are. Yeah.
Fine. In which case I would also like to use
Oh, sorry,
my
40
movement,
feet.
so- Okay. I mean, either way, I want to. Okay. In which case I'll go 10 feet, so I'm still 10 feet of the rest of them in case saving throws, but I can get to it on my next turn.
Okay, that's cool.
Of course, spiritual weapon. What's it? Hits. That's a 14 to hit.
That does not hit, I'm afraid.
Cool.
Yeah, you conjure up your spiritual weapon, which is in the form of a
It's a warhammer.
warhammer, and you just try and bonk the old unfungible on top of the head, but it just like dodges uncannily out of the way. Bad choice of words, but you know what I mean.
I was about to read into that. But
No, please don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent. End of your turn. Diddy, it is now your turn.
Cool. How far away is it?
40 feet from you.
Okay, and Adlana's stood next to it.
No, Adlana's stood about 10 feet away from where you are, so Adlana stood just in front of the altar thing that it was on.
That's fine. you know what? I'm just gonna do the monk thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna run up
Yes.
and use 2 of my key points and try and smash it with Fists of Unbroken Air, which is a strength save DC against my key save, which is 15 to beat.
Save. Right, you are. That is a 16, I'm afraid.
Oh, cheeky little fucker.
Little bastards. Give me a second. Where's my D10? That'll do. So you're still going to take... Eight points of damage.
8 points of... Is it fire damage?
No.
Okay, what kind of damage is it?
I would need to pull out my book.
Okay.
I think it's just... What is key damage?
Cool. We're going to do that. In the meantime, at the end of your turn, is there anything else you're going to do?
Oh, I then have an extra attack. So actually, I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to use 2 key points to make me another strength saving throw.
Okay, the Fist of Unbroken Air, I'm pretty sure, is an action.
Yeah, I get an X.
Yeah, you get 2 attacks, 1 action.
Okay, then I'm just gonna just punch it.
Okay, cool. So you're going to do the offhand punch. Yeah, go for it.
Oh wait, you're saying you're a monk? Yeah, no, I'm gonna punch it. No.
Cool.
Oh wait, to hit that is 10.
10 does not hit.
No, 12.
12 also doesn't hit.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna punch it again.
Right, that would be your bonus action. You either get 1 action to do a spell, which is the unbroken thing, or you can do
So
2 attacks. So it's either 2 physical attacks or 1 unbroken, whatever that is. And then you get an offhand attack, which is a bonus action. You can use it. You could use a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. At the if you want to let me know what type of damage that is, I'll double check it in a second just to make sure.
Bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Cool. That's fine. I'm just making sure it's not something it's resistant to. At the end of its your turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions to do a tail attack at you. Something that you hadn't seen before. Coming out of the arse of this creature, it just kind of spins around and tries to wick you with its tail.
That's so not funge.
Where the fuck is the plus? Okay. You idiot, Ralston. Okay, that would be a +9. Okay. Sorry. Right, that's a 10. That's a 19. Which I'm assuming hits.
Just.
Okay. Ooh, lucky. Cool. You take 6, 8, 14. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as it just swipes you and basically bam down on top of your head. And that is it is now its turn. It is going to can't use its sponge control. It is going to
Oh god, what if it gains mind control of me because I've consumed so much funge?
It's going to do 2 slash attacks at you, Diddy, as you're the nearest one to it. So that's not good. That's okay. No, that's a 14, 15. 15 still doesn't hit. And that's another 15. So it just it kind of like draws these 2 long, almost spectral-looking swords out of nowhere, slashes away at you, and misses somehow because you're a dope-ass monk. And it just kind of like writhes at you unpleasantly before it strides past you and its very long legs towards Adlana. If you would like, you may take an attack of opportunity. But only if you want to.
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Next up is Serena. I don't know why I said it like that. Svenna. Sorry.
Serena?
Apologies.
Can I dissonant whispers it?
You can indeed. Did he just quick? What did you?
17 on its opportunity attack.
17 just hits. You kind of like strike as it's just moving out of range. You hit it in the heel, which can be very damaging depending on how you view history.
Um,
Or wrestling.
5 points of damage.
5. Okay. It is being punched in the leg. You kind of like see it try and shake it off. It's like, oh, fuck's sake. Serena, Dissonant Whispers, that is some kind of saving throw, yes?
It is. Sorry, hold on. I'm having to move between 2 different character sheets. Because D&D Beyond.
That's okay.
Fuck you, D&D Beyond.
It's an 18 on the saving throw at least. Whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. So that's more than my
Cool. I think it still takes damage.
It would have been a 15. Yeah, it still takes damage, but it doesn't have to move away. I'm just trying to find how many Ds it
Cool.
is. It's 5
Takes-
at 3rd level. It's 5d6, so it's half that then.
Yeah, just roll 5d6 and half the number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
$21, so 10. 10 points of psychic damage.
Sounds grand. It certainly takes an impact, and you see it kind of like go shudder and just go. Ugh. I have friends that like me.
It's a unnerving discordant melody that you only it can hear. So I'm
Okay.
humming like I don't know.
Steps.
Yeah, I'm humming like a minor version of 5, 6, 7, 8
Sounds good.
in its head.
You hear it say, "My rootin' tootin' baby, what?" Very good. Okay, that is the end of your turn. Unless you'd like to do anything further.
I don't think I can.
Okay.
Just flip it off. For the
That's
lols,
fine.
I don't know.
Flip it off as a bonus action. Okay, no. Got lair
Oh
actions.
shit! No, I have bardic inspiration.
There we
That's
go.
a thing. I do always forget.
I know. It's fine.
Who would you like to bardically inspire?
Who? Not that I'm meta in, but whose turn is it?
Previously, you've
would-
seen me attack immediately afterwards, but
Yes.
yeah, it doesn't-
Okay, yeah,
doesn't-
yeah.
Everyone gets a go.
Yeah, it's
like,
it's not meta. I'm going to inspire.
Pong
Pong.
gets a.
I mean,
okay.
how could you resist
Okay.
inspiring Pong?
I
Yeah.
know. I mean,
given-
technically, you saw me walk on the walls. Like you thought that
That
was
is,
sick.
I thought I
Inspirational.
fell in crush. Definitely fell in crush.
How do you inspire this person that you can't see?
Yes. You only don't they only have to be able to hear you?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
very-
yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. I'm just saying, how do you do it?
My very presence is inspiring.
Fair enough. All right, won't argue with that. Never
Outrageous,
mind.
yeah. I hide behind the note paper, thinking, "She's cool." That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I want to impress her.
I mean, I flipped off the bad guy. Like that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
You have. Okay.
That's the words of a DM who's seen that happen like every game.
I would like everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck
please.
you.
As it uses its lair action, funge me like you hate me.
Oh my god.
Oh, hello.
Okay,
17.
25, and don't forget that I think Serena
Serena's- yeah.
and Pong, but
They're in
not
range.
Diddy
Pong's
will get
out.
No, I
plus
think
four.
I think I've moved just out of range. If I'm
Yeah.
honest, I'm
Okay,
I'm
so it's just
17.
Serena then.
Okay.
17 for Diddy as well.
17 is a success.
Is it a plus
That's a
4?
straight 0 modifier
Plus
for me
4,
as
yep.
well.
Yeah, it's still only a 6.
Okay, so Serena, you take oh, not much, don't worry. Okay, you take 5 points of poison damage as the pool of funge that you were stood in just erupts into this noxious gas that just you kind of inhale.
I don't need to breathe. I'm a Damphir. I don't breathe.
You immune to poison?
I'm not immune to poison, but I don't breathe. So.
Okay. For the purposes of this, then it just and kind of like you feel it inject into your leg. Then let's say.
Oh, that doesn't sound very fun.
No, like
No.
the fuck, dude.
That's so non-funge.
Yeah,
You've-
and you just see
you've
these
just been
kind of like
funged.
needle like points retract, and you feel
Bleak.
unhappy.
That's not fun at all.
Wow,
Indeed.
what a prick.
Lit-
it's a pun.
literally.
Hey.
Fantastic. Pong, it is your turn.
Have I got an ally adjacent to the creature, or has it left being next to Diddy?
It's not next to Diddy. It's not quite next to Adlana yet either. So currently
To
no.
do so much maths.
Okay.
So much maths.
Do I feel well? It basically, am I at advantage? Am I hidden from it?
You think you're?
I feel
hidden.
like I'm hidden from it.
It's up to you. Tell me whether you want to make the attack, and I'll tell you whether you're hidden. Put it that way.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a reload my crossbow incredibly quickly
Yes.
and uncannily fast, and make a light crossbow attack.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are not hidden, so it's not.
Oh, that son of a bitch!
Yeah, it was a natural 20 on the perception check.
How dare it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's not a great roll. That is a 14.
A 14 will unfortunately not hit.
God
you
damn.
see it just like strike off the domed helmet on its head, that seems to be made of some kind of metal, and it kind of like looks around and goes, "I'll get to you in a minute."
I'm going to move to within like 15 foot of it.
Yep.
And then cunning action, hide again.
Cool. Make a stealth check.
23.
You're relatively certain you're quite hidden this time.
Just like last time.
Yeah. No, for the purposes of this, it rolled a 2.
Okay, beautiful.
Cool. Oh, that's annoying because I had a thing and I was gonna do it. Never mind. Cool. Right. It is Adlana's turn.
Cool. So bonus action this time, I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite, and then I'm going to try and use my action to attack twice.
Yep. Go for it.
Well, the first one doesn't hit.
Okay.
The second one actually has a chance. That is a 16.
16 misses, unfortunately.
Ah, fuck.
Uh,
Oh shit! I should have remembered. I can use the guided strike. Give me +10 on one roll.
I was. Oh.
I was gonna say, for the purposes of this, we're doing a quick combat. We're gonna run through. Do you want to just use the guided strike to hit it?
Yeah.
Do it.
Fine.
You hit it. Cool. Done.
In which case, just to use fun things. So firstly, it'll take D8 for the longsword. That's 2 points. Yay. It'll take 1d6 of psychic damage from the Wrathful Smite, and also needs to make a Wisdom saving throw against a DC of 15. Otherwise, it's frightened, unless obviously it's immune to the being frightened.
I thought that was a whatchamacallit, but it's not. It's 12. So yeah, that's a fail. It is frightened, though.
Frightened of me.
Frightened of you specifically. Cool. That's fine.
Yep. That's fun, and we'll come back to that in a sec.
Cool.
But I'm also going to chuck in a second level Divine Smite.
Yeah. Just let me know the total of your damage when you get to the end.
Luna, what size is your inspiration dice?
I want to say a D8.
It's a very personal.
That sounds
question.
about right. Yeah. How big is your D?
Right, okay, so that's 3d8.
It is. Where the fuck is anything on this app? Jesus Christ.
17, so it's a total of 22 damage.
22.
Is this thing looking bloodied at all?
So it's a total. Sorry, it's a total of 22, of which 2 is slashing, 5 is psychic, and the balancing figure of 15 or something is radiant.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not resistant to too many things. I'm just checking on some of the stuff because
Yeah, I just had to remember what was what.
Cool.
So, whilst it's within 10 feet of me,
Right.
it has its speed reduced to 0 and takes 3 psychic damage if it starts to turn within 10 feet of me. but it could use its action to kind of redo the saving throw.
Okay. I was going to say, one of the things it's going to do, at the end of your turn, it's going to use its legendary action to use the Dancer's Blades. I would like a dexterity saving throw from Serena and Adlana. And Diddy, I think you're more than 10 feet away, so you're all right.
Yeah, because he moved back towards Atlanta, didn't he? Yeah.
So 17 on the saving throw.
17 on the saving throw. Okay, that's...
Was it? Ow.
Yeah, that's a success.
Was it Dex? Did you say?
Yeah, please.
That's not where saving throws are. 17 as well.
17. Okay, you both succeeded. You see it strike out with these blades, and as you kind of duck up away, you see it. So it's got its speed reduced to 0. The part of its thing is that it moves up to half of its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. I'm going to...
Up to half its speed of 0, which is
half its speed of 0. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be 0.
Cool, okay. It stays where it is, and it kind of wriggles around and go, oh, it seemed to be stuck in funge. Cool. At which point it is now Diddy's turn. What would you like to do, Diddy?
So my question is, am I technically behind it if it ran back away from me?
Mhm.
So
Pretty much.
do you play the flanking rule?
We haven't so far, no.
Okay.
Would you like advantage? We're not doing a proper boss fight. We're just having a fun time. We're gonna...
NFT stands for no fun times, actually. So.
So I'm just gonna run up and smack him with my fist on broken air again.
Go for
So
it.
it's actually a saving throw. So
Okay.
technically the flanking rule would just be disadvantage if we're playing it, but if we're not,
Okay. What kind of save?
strength.
Oh, excuse me. That's a 16.
That's-
Still takes half damage, right? It's fine.
Yep. And then my D10 rolled away. 6 points of damage on that, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to just punch him as normal.
Sounds good.
That is a 25 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit.
for 9 points damage.
Okay. Okay. We'll say for the purposes of this, it's looking rough. It's what it's going to do. Okay. Here's how it's going to work. It's going to, instead of doing an action, because it's not going to win, it's going to do its last legendary action. Which
I
will...
haven't got to hurt it yet properly. I wanted to.
Well, the
stab
thing
it.
is, essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to take a whole round where you guys just all do your heroic shit at once. So it's going to do its thing, and then you guys are all just going to fucking wail on it, do whatever you want, and we're going to do that as the end of the boss fight. So
Beautiful.
it's going to use its last lair action, it's as a legendary action instead of doing a turn, and it's going to do turn down for Funge, and I would like a strength saving throw from everyone, please. As you feel the Funge on the ground just start to shake the room itself.
I'm going to add my bardic inspiration die.
Sounds good.
Ha ha ha!
Mine is only a 9 overall.
Okay, that's a fail.
22 for Diddy.
Success.
12.
It's fail.
7.
Oh no! Even with my
7
inspiration die.
fail. Okay.
17.
17 success.
17.
That's the second 2 I rolled on a saving throw.
Oof.
Okay, so here's how this works. Everyone who failed, it doesn't really matter because we're doing the whole thing where you smash the fuck out of it anyway. So on your turn, you would just get up and do the thing. You fall over
All right.
and you find yourself covered in funge, which would be great if other things were happening, but it's not. So you see it laugh and kind of do an evil laugh of very much like Sunny just did there.
indeed.
And it says, "I have you now." Insert name of hero. As it kind of like laughs in undeserved confidence. You all rise in a moment of heroic fury. And Diddy, what do you do?
I'm gonna do my Fists of Unbroken Air again,
Cool.
which is another saving throw.
Absolutely fine. You whack it, and you see the blow fully connect.
Which means 3d10 damage. If
Go
you're
for
doing
it. Pong, what would you like to do?
I sneakily come out of my hiding place,
Okay.
creeping up behind it.
Yeah.
At the same time as drawing a rapier
Uh-huh.
and also unhooking a hand crossbow
Okay.
after having dropped my light crossbow.
I see.
And sneak up behind it, both stab it and shoot it at the same time.
Sounds
Uh,
great. Two
Getting
attack rolls with
getting
advantage.
sneak attack with one of those.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the first attack roll is 24.
Yeah,
I
it'll
think.
hit.
Yep. And that will be rapier is D8, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, D8. That is a straight 1 plus 5, 6, but also plus 46. I've already typed into roll 20. No, I haven't.
It's okay. Grab a
46.
total.
Oh, I need a number. There we go. 21 damage off that alone.
Okay, remember 21. Remember the total of the damage for me.
That's just off the first attack, baby. Next one's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
And as the hand crossbow also fires, doing 10 damage. So it's 31 damage.
Fantastic. Okay, 31 damage in total for that one. Diddy, what did you get for your total damage? Sorry, I'm going to add this.
So, yeah, he did his bonus punch as well.
Cool.
So Diddy sort of like jumps up from behind him again and like wails on his face, and then does one final punch in the face as well.
Sounds good.
For 24 points of damage.
24 total. Fantastic. Sirena, what will you be doing in your final turn?
You know what? It's got a weird thing on its head.
Yeah.
Does it still have a neck?
Yeah, it's got like a jaw underneath, which seems to be made of flesh, but it just
Okay.
seems like a weird helmet hybrid creature.
How close am I to it?
You could easily get up next to it, or you can be further away from it. How do you want to be?
Oh, I mean, further away kind of works.
Cool.
Can I attack it with my whip, but try and wrap it round its neck?
Sure, yeah. Make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. I mean, whips don't really do much, but you know.
No, but it's, the thought that counts.
Yeah, it's purely visual. I'm into it.
Yeah. Maths is hard. 18.
18, okay. Yeah, that'll just hit. Okay, so, yeah, I was going to say, roll your damage and just add in some extra dice for fun. Adlana, what would you like
Just
to
roll
do?
a d20.
You wanna?
So I think we're going to mix up the smites and bonus action to cast Searing Smite.
Cool.
Also,
your spiritual weapon moves up. You've already cast Searing Smite, and you can just have those for free. So you've got a spiritual weapon next to the thing. You've cast Searing Smite the last round, let's say, so you can use your bonus action to do the spiritual weapon as well. It's fine.
Okay, makes sense.
Cool. Smite away, mighty smiter.
I mean,
Lord Almighty.
the spiritual weapon's missed.
Okay, you attacking with advantage.
No.
Have
okay,
advantage.
Okay, cool. Well, the spiritual
You're
weapon's
killing a
missed.
thing. It's fine. You're going to hit it.
The two longsword attacks. Okay, let's roll that with advantage. Right, finally, that one's a hit. What about the second one? Let's just roll that. Okay, that one's going to hit as well. Awesome. So, the two longsword hit. Let's go to the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I brought it up and I was like, nah, fuck it, I want to smash it myself.
Okay.
So, let me do. So this. Lots of slashing. The 5 damage. Not going to worry about it doing Constitution saving throw. It's dead anyway.
Fine, it fails.
I mean, it's just on fire.
Okay.
It's
on
but I
fire.
mean, the only impact is that like at the start of its turn, I think it can take more if it fails Constitution saving throws, but it's not going to have more turns. And I've got 1 second level and 1 first level, so that's 5d8s.
Cool. Give me a total damage in a second. Serena, what did you get for your total damage?
I mean, on the whip, I actually rolled maximum damage, so it was 6. But
Okay, and with all
I
the other
didn't-
dice?
I didn't add anything else because it feels wrong.
Either roll 2 dice or 1d20. Two extra dice or 1d20. Pick one.
Is this the chokey damage? from the
Yes,
whip?
that's exactly
Okay,
what this
okay.
is.
Thank you.
But it heals this much because it's into it.
33 was my total damage.
33, lovely.
I assume non-fire slashing or radiant is. A
No,
thing
it's all
that's-
fine.
I chose to roll a d20 and I rolled a 19. I'm
Good
sorry.
lord.
Okay, that's great. So that's 25 total.
Delightful.
Fantastic.
Delightful.
So that is more than 100 points of damage. It didn't have that many hit points left.
I'm proficient in choking.
As you go, as it kind of like comes in to strike you, Diddy, you kind of run up its back and across its weird bony arms, punch it with your fist of unbroken fury, and you just see it kind of like its head strike off to the side, and you punch it several times in the face. Meanwhile, Adlana is kind of like just there in front of it. You see the bonking hammer of Adlana appear behind it and just go in for a swipe as it dodges out of the way as it gets punched by Diddy. And then Adlana just strikes in. Whoomph, whoomph. The face goes on fire. Its grill is now wreathed in flame. Sirena, you lash it around the neck and choke it like a chicken. Sorry, it's the only thing I could think of that would involve choking that wasn't purely sexual.
And then you went.
And you went for
I would
choking the
choke the
chicken.
chicken, I
of
know.
course.
Famously unsexualized thing.
You don't even choke chickens. You break their necks.
I mean, you don't have to do either. It's not a requirement of the existence of a chicken.
Oh no!
It must have its neck broken.
Anyway, you choke it like some form of creature that desires being choked. However, this one doesn't, and you see it kind of like trying to strain away from the strong pull that you're giving from its whip, from your whip. Sorry,
Yeah,
and Pong, you just kind of like pick up, and then in the back as well, and you just see this thing just give up on its will to live as it tumbles to the ground on fire. And last thing you see is its hand just, and the ring just glint in the light for a moment before it falls down. Defeated!
Beautiful.
Yay.
I right-click save as, and I pilfer the ring immediately. Not for my
Okay.
own gain, just like yoink.
You have the ring.
Are the 6 ones still around?
Has the
Yes, they
blockchain
are.
collapsed?
In which case, I mean, we might as well take them. We promised to deliver a ring back, and we'll deliver a ring back, and we've got babysitting for Diddy covered for 10 evenings. The remaining 6 rings. I mean, we can have one each. We can bring one back for a present for Wisp and Siski.
It's funny because what
That's
Sunny
true.
wants to say is, no, it's the desire for monetary gain that gives these false rings their value, and actually to ignore them is to render them valueless and useless, and stop tricking people. But what Pong says is, Pong.
Very
Is
good.
there still any of the delicious fungi stuff on the floor?
It is, yeah, it's still,
I mean, I'm
It-
just assuming with being proficient in potion, having
Mhm.
a poisonous kit, and I know that Pong likes the fizzy electric feeling.
Mhm.
So can I just give him some vials and
You give him
like-
some vials of funge.
no, just
Vials of
yeah,
funge?
not yeah, no,
Oh my
fill up the
God.
vials, knock
These are
yourself
going-
out, and
Okay, how many vials do you have?
I don't know what's in a poisonous kit. You
Poisonous
drank
kit,
some.
6 vials.
Yeah, whatever. I
Like
can
6
replace
whole
them.
vials of funge.
I mean, they're like test tube beakers with.
Yeah.
Corks
Not
in the
like
end.
we're not talking like big beakers.
Yeah, we're not
but
like
yeah,
it's not like a 2 litre thing of milk, but yeah.
I'd like a pint of funge, please. Oh my god, 6 vials of funge going straight into my fucking inventory right there.
Yeah, there
Vials
we
of
go.
funge, 6. That's
Interesting.
the best thing I've ever added to my inventory, I think.
Fantastic. With relative ease, you can make your way out. There are the tricks and traps and bits and pieces that if you came in the other way, you'd be able to use. You find your way out down a ladder next to another lever that you pull, and a ladder descends. You climb down the ladder. You find yourself in a cave.
I look
that-
disappointed because that's not nearly as fun as a slide. Last time we had a slide. I'm very sad. Funge Pong is not happy.
He's on the come down from
Yeah.
withdrawal symptoms.
Has
Absolutely.
Pong learned another word and it's just fun?
It's fun. Oh god, it's tempting, but no, sadly not.
I was going to say, I would like everyone who is who's keeping a ring. There are 7 rings. You
I
need to
hold on to-
return one.
Tune.
I held onto the OG ring with the intention to return it.
Okay.
I don't take any other rings.
I mean, I assume we'll just kind of gather them up between us with a
Okay.
view to take one each.
But
And
Adlana's bought matching rings for all of his bitches, like in the song. 7 rings by Ariana Grande, just in case. anyone's
Ah.
wondering.
No, I was going to say I would like Pong, you're taking the OG ring. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. You're not taking any of the copies then.
No, I have no
Okay.
interest.
Who's taking the first 2?
yeah, sure.
Gaijin, roll me 2d6, please. And if you roll the same number twice, let me know.
I did 2 1s.
Okay, roll another.
Snake,
We need another one.
Guys.
6 on that one.
Okay, sounds good. Adlana, are you going next?
Sure.
Sure. Roll me 2d4 again. Don't get doubles.
2, 1.
2 and a 1.
Two and
Okay,
one.
cool. Yep, that's cool. With which Serena, that leaves you with 4 and 5 out of the original 6.
Okay.
Cool. They all look exactly the same. Cool. Right. You emerge at the base of the cliff. You find yourself in front of the wide open sea, and there is a pathway that leads round to the corner. You avoid. You don't see anything horrible like that indicates that there were traps there and stuff, and people have actually gone missing and things. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You make your way back to the museum, and you find yourself in front of Flen.
Pong.
Hi, Flan. How's it going?
I open my mouth and show him the still completely undigested, still in a wrapper Werther's original. And continue to sort of gobble it around my mouth.
Very, very well. That's good job. Well done.
Is Frank around?
Frank doesn't seem to be in the nearby vicinity. No.
I start wandering off, calling Frank.
Okay. You do so. You see Flendigenous kind of like give you a look out the corner of your eye. But he doesn't stop you.
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go and search for him, are you just wandering aimlessly or are you searching?
I go and check the corridor, I think, where he was last time.
Okay. You go down to the corridor where he was last time. There is a goat there.
I run up and give him a hug.
He kind of like rears up on his hind hoofs and just kind of like. It would be headbutting if he was an older goat, but he's not. He's a younger goat, and he kind of like hugs as best he can.
I hug him really tightly and run back up the stairs and straight out the door.
Oh, you run back to the thing. as you flee, seeming to say goodbye. I'll miss you.
No, I take him with me.
Oh, you take him with you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Forgive me. Yeah. In which case, make an animal handling check.
The goat's coming home with me.
It's lonely, lonely nights.
Oh
22.
22. Very well. The goat chops up the stairs behind you. It seems to say.
If I had a pound for every time Gaijin had an unhealthy attachment to an animal during a TTRPG, I'd have £2, which isn't that much, but it's still weird that it's happened
It's still
twice.
more pounds than you should have.
Yeah.
It's still more
It's
pounds.
more
than
than
you should
zero.
possess. Yeah, it's more than £0.
What was the other one?
The bloody
horse.
horse!
Which horse?
Oh, how
Some
quickly we
blades.
forget, Gaijin. How quickly we forget. God, it's just moving
Not
from
Right.
farmyard
including
animal to farmyard
in
animal.
Blades.
You end up haggling with.
Oh my god, blades. That's right.
Oh, for fuck's sake, the horse. Yeah. You end up haggling with Flinduginous, and he haggles you down to 5 nights of babysitting and a goat.
Yeah, it seems fair.
So, Frank the goat returns to you. He also gives you a lift back, which is nice because,
Delightful.
Frank
say-
the goat has given us a...
Nice.
Yeah, that's how I read it. That's how.
I
I
don't
Lord.
think we're all going to
That's
sit on
canon
his
now.
back.
And that is where we leave tonight's adventure. You return to your keep, having
adjust my hat.
destroyed fungible items for the last time, taking them out into the world with you to use as you see fit. You can let me know who ends up with which numbered item, and I'll tell you if and when and what they do. So yeah, that is, I think, us done for the evening.
And Frank the regular goat has become Frank the goat regular.
Oh, incredible.
Inspiration.
Fabulous work. Well done.
Ah,
Thank you all.
well done, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
I haven't played D&D in as a player in 2.5 years.
Oh wow.
It's been a long time. It's been a
Was-
long old
I
time.
literally played last week and it felt like I didn't know how to play my character.
I know what you mean. Every now and again, I'll come back and go, "Oh yeah, he's telekinetic, isn't he?"
Oh god.
Yes, he is. He pushed me the first time we ever met.
Yes, and you never bring it up. That's the
Never,
that's the
no.
impressive thing.
No, never.
That's why I like Diddy, because Diddy I can leave him for months and just come back and cause absolute chaos because he can do absolutely anything and it fits.
That is true. I remember when I was like, I'm going to create a chaos character. That'll be fun. And now I'm the most sensible one, except for, well,
No,
felt-
you're the
Not
third
the
most
most
sensible
sensible.
one.
I felt
Arguably
very...
the fourth most sensible one.
I disagree. I think I'm usually the one that's going, guys, should we maybe talk about this? Anyway, I just want to say, obviously, thank you all for coming on. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you all.
Absolute rubbish,
Yeah,
Kirby.
thank you
Thanks,
for
Nami.
having us.
You're very welcome. I'll look to do more D&D as soon as I can. So I'm gonna say people's names and hope that Nami is gonna do the shout out. Otherwise, she'll shout at me. First up, we have the guest, the lovely Gaijin Gamer.
Hello.
Please applause.
Yeah, so I'm Gaijin. Do a bit of streaming every so often and make leather work, so dice trays, which also, as far as Diddy goes, make great hats. In fact, they actually do make great hats. And yeah, that's me. Bit of variety stream, a bit of a leather worker.
Excellent. We also have the lovely Tex Unplugged.
Hi, I'm Tex. You can find me over at Tex Unplugged, where I do a variety of streams because I am a variety streamer. Right now, I tend to stream Saturday mornings and Monday evenings. Saturday mornings historically have been Stardew. Taking a little bit of a break to do some rallying. We'll come back to Stardew. Play through Elden Ring on Mondays with our legendary Dilf Switch. I also do some TTRPGs with people, the played streams that we're referencing were a series that I ran, and I also do some music streams.
Fantastic. Thank you. Our next guest that we have is obviously Photo Sunny.
Hello, I am trash, and you should follow me because of that. I do streams. They're really good fun. They're just a good laugh, and lots of these lovely people are there. There we go.
Excellent. And last but not at all least, we have the lovely Luna Mort.
Hi. I also stream. Just not everyone's pointing, and I couldn't figure out directions, so I just stayed out of the pointing. And yeah. Anyway, yeah, I also stream. Just I don't know when. I've not streamed for a while, but at the moment, I am playing through Dark Souls 3 for the first time. And Tex is helping me, and I'm playing through as my D&D character. So if you like seeing things get whipped to death, bit weird, I'll be honest. First of all, strange, weird interest. But it's mostly me dying. So yeah. Anyway, but then I play some chill things as well. So yeah, that's me. Oh, also I wear cool outfits. That's...
Cool. And yes, I mean, you already know because you're here, but I'm Kirby Rawstorm, charity streamer. Currently raising money for Mind, so if anyone wants to make a donation to Mind, there is a Just Giving link going into the chat as soon as I say this, and I'm going to keep talking until Nami does it, because otherwise, again, she'll tell me off. Thank you very much, Nami. Much appreciated. Yeah, so if anyone wants to make a donation there, they do great stuff. Apart from that, I know, I'm sorry.
You've upset the numbster.
I know. You're greatly appreciated, Nami. I hope you know that. She's a very good sport. Yeah, so raise money for charity, do D&D, do Dark Souls stuff, occasionally Elden Ring when you can try and fit in the odd Elden Ring joke into whatchamacallit. Yes, also shout out to you. Best mod Nami. Mod Nami is a fantastic emote. Anyway, yeah.
I found Pong's notes. This is a picture of a flower with a smile.
Oh,
It's very nice. It's not very
Incredible.
good, but it is very nice.
There we go. Quick shout out for Nami. She is part of the Booty Bay squad, and they were previously playing Farming Simulator.
Oh my god, they're playing it multiplayer, weren't they? I
Yeah.
missed it. I was
I
busy,
know.
but oh my
yeah,
god, it sounds
I was out,
so
and
good.
I'm so sad I missed it because then
Oh.
nobody sent me a clip of the goth chicken.
Oh my god, I can't
It was
believe I
really
missed that
sweet.
stream. Yeah, do go follow the Booty Bays. My god,
Yeah. that's so
my
good.
god.
Yeah, do it. Go do it now. Actually, we'll just hold on.
Yeah,
for
we'll
wait.
30 seconds
We'll wait.
whilst you go do that.
Yeah, we'll hold action until you.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
a suggestion; it's a demand. Go and do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, literally, go and do it right now.
No, seriously, go do it right now.
No, I'm watching you. Do it.
Yeah, I'm watching you. That's the end of my sentence.
Well, this has been a fantastic evening. I've had a great time. Yeah, great time. Brain gone now. We go raid people.
Good
the
raid.
Only person I've got online is Hey Charlotte, and they are playing Dark Souls.
Nice.
So we are going to go give them a raid. Raid message. Anyone want to suggest one?
Just Pong.
So here comes the funge. Pong, just pong, just the
Just
word
pong.
pong.
Like varieties of like question marks, exclamation marks, whatever afterwards.
Yeah,
Ellipses.
yeah.
Is Pong?
Pong stylized with your
agree.
own punctuation.
Yeah. Pong and punctuation.
Okay, I need to really quickly find the umlaut. No, the interrobang. That's what I need. It's the best bit of punctuation that exists.
It really is. Okay. Cool. In that case, we're going to go do a raid. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. Thank you for everyone for taking part. You're all great. Thank you for all the follows and things that we haven't really acknowledged over the evening. Much appreciated. Thank you for all the treats. See you again very soon for another stream doing things.
Thank
Do
you,
more.
Kirby.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Ooh, very good music.